Hello and welcome to the Brick Lane pregame show. We're back at Melbourne Ballpark for Game 2 of a 5-game series between the Melbourne Aces and the Brisbane Bandits. I'm Ed White. Alongside me, Max Tanzer, the voice of the Aces. And Max, I tell you, to get started like the Aces did last night to this 5-game series was pretty special.
Oh, and there's something special this season about Melbourne Ballpark for the Aces. A 7-0 win gives them their 7th win in 9 games here in this building. The offense was a bright spot once again. Home run from Robbie Glendening, his 3rd of the year. Jared Dale notched 3 hits, including the 200th of his Aces career. 4th Melbourne player to reach that milestone. On top of that, Aaron Whitefield, who will be DHing tonight, picked up 4 RBIs as well.
He did, and it wasn't just the hitting, of course. The pitching was fantastic. Jonathan Tripp starting, and Steve Kent picking up a save.
That's right, the good old 3-inning save. Well, Jonathan Tripp really led the way. 6 innings, 11 strikeouts. That's the most of an Aces pitcher during this entire season. We spoke to him about adjustments he's made this year and his approach against the Brisbane lineup.
2-2, swing and a miss. 11 punch-outs for Jonathan Tripp. What a night for the right-hander.
11 punch-outs, most of the entire season for you, including the American Association. What was working for you yesterday?
I mean, just everything. Me and Mitch went in with a plan, and he calls it, he's the jockey, I'm the horse, tells me where to go, basically, and we just kind of rode that plan out. And I give credit to Sean Mondo, too, because this week we just kind of went back to working on being athletic, doing things, and the stuff that Moylan's been telling me too, just getting back to basics, understanding what I'm successful at. And the defense and offense was great, so that helps.
Absolutely, perfect game all around. So it looked like fastballs up out of the zone, breaking ball down out to chase, a little bit more north to south. Was that the game plan?
It was. We've been realizing the sinker was like when I was throwing it below the zone or like trying to get the sinker low, it was just going low. So we still used the 2-seam and the sinker. We just threw it a little up and then used the 4-seam off that. And yeah, the breaking ball came out of nowhere yesterday, so that was nice to have.
And then in terms of your outings, you've caught some tough breaks in terms of batted ball luck, in terms of up and downs with weather delays and so forth. How have you stayed sharp mentally just to put those tough breaks in the past and bounce back?
A lot of it has to do with experience. Like this year being my first full year as a starter, and it happened the same thing in the American Association. I had a couple weather weeks where I had delays that were 3 hours long or stuff like that. Being older and being around guys that are older, it really helps. And but yeah, I mean, bad luck happens. And me and Moylo were talking last week. It's going to turn around at some point. It has to. Even last week, he said, I felt really good last week. It's hard coming out of a game seeing 7 runs up on the board, but it was just a lot of, they gave up 10 singles and then the 1 home run. So it's just sometimes things go your way, sometimes they don't.
And then a really special surprise for you yesterday. Your girlfriend from America came over to surprise you. First of all, what a night for her to come and surprise you, but 2, how special was that for you?
It was great, because yeah, it was actually Christmas Day. That was my Christmas gift. So it was the last thing I was expecting. And so yeah, just honestly took the nerves down a little bit, kept my mind off the game yesterday, because in my head it was a bounce back and a must needed win for the team, and wanted to get back out there. And it was nice getting the call on short rest. So kind of she helped take the mind off of it. It was great. I was like super happy, and I don't get surprised very easily, and that was great.
Once again, Jonathan Tripp after a dominant outing yesterday. Some good in-depth analysis, maybe a future in the booth.
I love it. Yeah, very much so. And good interview. Enjoyed that.
It'll be Sean Moramanda who takes the ball today, arguably the most reliable pitcher on this Aces staff this year. It's game 2 of 5 this weekend. The Bandits and the Aces. First pitch coming at you next.
Back at the track, kiss it goodbye.
Hit hard by George, deep center field. Back goes Robson, it's out of here. Gerald George over the center field wall.
Third base side, charging his spears, bare hand throw. What a hit slot. Center field and deep. Savington back at the track. It is gone. Oh! History for Greg Bird. His 3rd homer of the night. Here's the 1-2 again. Swing inning, and this one's belted way back in the left field. There's no question. Way back, way out of here for Arturo Tisla. His first homer as an ace.
A much cooler evening as we begin Game 2 of this 5-game set between the Brisbane Bandits and the Melbourne Aces. Round 7 action as we're already past the halfway point here in the 2024-25 season. Max Tanza here joined alongside Ed Wyatt. And Ed, it was a 7-0 win for the Aces yesterday as we discussed in the Brick Lane pregame show. And really, the Aces entered this series in 5th place, outside looking in at a playoff spot. Now, technically, by half a game, hold a spot. They still have plenty of time to try and gain some ground here over the next few weeks.
Absolutely, and we talked about it yesterday on the broadcast, or last night on the broadcast. This is a 5-game series because one of the games in Brisbane was rained out. You're playing a team at the bottom of the standings, and with all due respect to the Brisbane Bandits, this is a real opportunity for the Aces to essentially win a series and get themselves right back into the playoff chase.
Aces 11-12 on the year, now 7-2 here at home. Meanwhile, Brisbane 7-17. The Aces have taken the first 3 of the first 4 outings against them. Got some performances down on the field as we get ready for first pitch here. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. First for the Melbourne Aces, announced as always by manager John Diebel. Leading things off in the DH spot, we mentioned he's banged up a little bit. That's Aaron Whitefield, the league's leading hitter. Following behind him, just picked up his 200th career hit yesterday. That's Jared Dale at shortstop. Robbie Glendinning will bat third in right field. He homered yesterday. Now 3 for him on this season. Greg Bird will clean things up at first base tonight. Second time he's played in the field this year. Logan Moore behind the plate will bat 5th after at first yesterday. Mr. Ace, Gerald George, bats 6th at third base. Morgan McCullough will make his Aces debut here today. He bats 7th at second base. Jared Belbin will hit 8th behind him, getting the start in left field after playing 2nd last night. Chris Burke, a hot hitter, will clean things up in center field with Whitefield DHing. On the bump, right there, you can see him, Sean Moramando, the ace for the Aces this year. He's been fantastic.
Yeah, it's an interesting lineup. We mentioned that Whitefield was struggling a little bit with that knee injury, so he DHs tonight, which means Greg Bird has to come and play first base. And then we've got Belbin shifting to the outfield to replace Whitefield essentially. And the new man, McCullough, as you mentioned, just fresh off the plane, jumps in at second base. We talked to him before the game. He's a firecracker. I tell you what, he's a piece of work. He's happy to be here. He's very excited. Let's hope the jet lag doesn't get to him tonight.
Got here at 9 a.m.
Unbelievable.
Flying out from Seattle, Washington. Well, on the other side of the ball, the lineup that will face Sean Moramando tonight for the Bandits, announced by Shane Watson. Let's take a look. Leading things off in center field, Jacob Robson entered the series with homers in 3 consecutive games, was hitless yesterday. Young Chan the DH, after catching last night, will get a little bit of a day off from behind the plate. 23 games make that, hitting on a 302 clip. Mike Hart, a tough night for him last night, will bat third at first base. Brennan McNair, tied for the league lead in homers, will clean things up in left field. Namoe Yang at shortstop bats 5th. Yi-Chung Wong in right field hits 6th. Jake Burns wasn't in the lineup yesterday, gets the start behind the plate, hits 7th. Dermot Fritsch, a couple of base hits for him yesterday, will bat 8th at third base. And Chung-Hee Yang gets his first start of the series at second base, rounding out the 9. Pao-Chi Shea gets the start on the bump for Brisbane.
Yeah, a little bit of a change from Shane Watson, as you mentioned. Gets that break from behind the plate. He'll DH. Going to be interesting to see what Shea can deliver. We don't know a lot about him coming from the CPBL, the Taiwanese league, but Shane Watson will hope that he can do what Bollinger did last night, not give up the runs, but get through some innings because, again, long series, 5 games.
And despite giving up, 5-6 runs, Bollinger still was able to get through 6 innings and limit the bullpen usage for Brisbane yesterday. For both sides, that'll be pivotal. Well, as you can see, it's a little bit cloudy here today as we take a look at our weather for this ballgame. It was above 35 at first pitch yesterday. Much cooler for you, Ed. You asked for it. 18 degrees Celsius, winds at 21 kilometers per hour. So it's still gusting. This time instead out to left, out to right. As you can see, our weather brought to you by Vibrant Services.
Yeah, absolutely. Cooler tonight in this booth. Was a little bit warm last night. Going to be fun to watch Morimondo pitch tonight. We haven't seen him because the Ace has been on the road for a couple of weeks, couple of series. So really looking forward to seeing him pitch tonight after that tremendous performance from Jonathan Tripp last night.
Tripp, again, got to talk to him before the game, and it was a long time coming for him. Talked to us about how, he's pushing through some tough luck in terms of batted balls in play. Also had some tough luck in terms of some rain delays and so forth, but a really good opportunity for him to bounce back in a big way. Did so at home, did so in front of his girlfriend from the States who surprised him a couple days ago for his Christmas present, and he performed in a large way. We talked about the bullpen usage. Well, Jonathan Tripp going 6 innings and then Steve Kent tossing the final 3 puts John Diebel and the Aces in a really advantageous spot moving forward for the final 4 games of this set.
Certainly does as we watch the Aces take the field. A couple things to look at as you're watching this game tonight. Bird on first base, first time in a long time that he's there. McCulloch, the new guy at second. And Chris Burke in center field. We know he can play the outfield. He's pretty comfortable in left field. Hasn't really had to face some real craziness in center field. Obviously, he's taking over from one of the best, maybe the best in the league in Aaron Whitefield. We don't expect Burke to do what Whitey does, but it'll be a good challenge for him playing that position.
A look at Sean Morimondo as he throws his warm-up tosses. There's Greg Bird getting to start at first base after DHing for the majority of the year. A look at Morimondo's numbers. 3.07 ERA over 29 and a third of an innings worked, 28 strikeouts to 2 walks. He has been filling up the strike zone so far this year. His last start was at Canberra, and it was a little bit of a tougher one. Still went 6 innings, 5 runs, all of them earned, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. That ERA up to 3.07 once again this year. Opponents hitting .248 against him.
Wouldn't be an Aces broadcast without me mentioning the wind. It is more of a normal. That's a great shot there of Morimondo. The wind moving the traditional left to right here at Melbourne Ballpark, and it is cooler, as we mentioned. So it looks as if we said last night we thought there'd be a lot of home runs. There weren't a lot, but it was definitely the ball flew a fair bit last night. Would expect a little bit different action here tonight.
Well, if you're Morimondo, you will take that. Jonathan Tripp even mentioned to us before the game that as soon as he saw the wind, which is something he's experienced in the American Association, he knew that was going to impact how he approached the game, and I'm sure that's the same case for Morimondo as he gets things started tonight. 32-year-old left-hander ready to go. Here's Jacob Robson to lead things off for Brisbane. We're underway. First pitch is rolled foul for strike 1.
Look for Robson to have a pretty big game tonight. He and Hart, as you mentioned, really struggled last night. Robson more so in the field, although he was 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout at the plate. Hart 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts.
0-1. Down and in, count evens up. Again, Brisbane enters at 7-17, 6th place in the Australian Baseball League. Aces 11-12, 4th place, a half-game lead over Perth. 1-1. 1-2.
Should mention, too, Max, there are a couple of games we'll keep an eye on tonight. Canberra at Sydney and Perth at Adelaide. A couple of big series that will have an impact on the Aces as this series moves forward.
The beauty of a 6-team league is you're playing someone that you're either just in front of or just behind every single night. 1-2. Roped on a line, back up the box. That's down for a hit. Burke will get it back in. So Jacob Robson able to turn the table on a tough night last night and get started with a bang here, a leadoff single.
Yeah, these guys like Robson are just too good, too experienced to not have a bounce-back game after a rough night.
Again, game number 10 for Robson, so one of the new acquisitions for Brisbane, who's seen a ton of roster turnover as planned over the last couple of weeks. Here's Young Chan one of the constants. He rolls this closely to short. Dale goes to second for 1, toss to first. Just what the doctor ordered. 6-4-3, a beauty. 2 quick outs.
Double play brought to you by Master Dry Cleaners. Great way to start when you get that leadoff runner. When you let him on, and now you get him off.
Took him just 1 pitch. So retired. Here's Mike Hart now. Tough night yesterday for him. Struck out in all 4 trips to the plate, but still plenty of thunder in his bat. Takes a fastball for a strike.
Remember that final strike, very contentious strike that may not have been a strike. He was very unhappy with that.
That was Takayuki Ichikawa, the home plate umpire yesterday he was chatting with. 0-1. Fisted softly, third base side, just foul. 0-2. Casey Cook calling balls and strikes tonight behind the plate. Koki Suzuki at first. Our good friend Jeff Dunn at second. And the aforementioned Takayuki Ichikawa over at third base to round out your umpire crew. Armando quickly ahead 0-2 here. 6 days of rest for the Southpaw. Strike 3 called. Sizzles a heater on the outer edge. No question about it. 1-2-3 inning for Armando. We head to the bottom of the first. Aces will swing the bats for the first time tonight when we come back.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today. Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
Big crowd on hand tonight here for some Friday evening baseball. The Aces and the Bandits, game 2 of this 5-game set. Thank you so much for spending your Friday evening with us. Sean Armando made a quick 1-2-3 impression, faced the minimum, an 8-pitch first, completed it on a strikeout. Aces coming to the plate for the first time tonight, and they're going to face right-hander Pao-Chi Hsieh.
Pitched for the TSG Hawks in the CPBL, the Taiwanese league. Last year with the Hawks, 5.40 ERA in 20 appearances, 20 innings pitched, 20 strikeouts. He was a second-round draft pick in 2022 and played his collegiate ball, Max, at the famous National Taiwan University of Sport. I don't know if you knew. I just made that up. But he did. He did play there. And he did.
Well, now I know.
Well, yeah, as you know, the Asian, Japanese, and Taiwan, very strong high school programs and college programs.
Well, this will be his second outing of the season so far. His first was against Perth. That was back a week ago last Friday at home in Brisbane. Tossed 2/3 of an inning. Both the outs he recorded were strikeouts, but did allow a home run as well. Well, here's Aaron Whitefield DHing tonight to get things started here for the Aces. First pitch, up and in, ball 1. Game number 20 for Aaron, and as we touched on a little bit yesterday, and a little banged up, but still pushed through it yesterday, and getting the rest of the legs a little bit in the DH spot tonight. 1-0. 2-0.
I was actually thinking he may have come out of that game last night, which he didn't. He's very tough, as we know, wanted to keep playing. So tonight, I think smart call by either Aaron himself or John Diebel, or a combination thereof, to put him in the DH spot.
He's ahead here. 2-0. Popped up out to right field. Scampering over his long towards the line. Wind grabs it. 1 away. Can hear the oohs and ahs. Expecting a big crowd tonight, and it is already packed here on both the first and third base sides at Melbourne Ballpark.
Heard it was a bit of a late arriving crowd. We had a number of good ticket sales early, and then when the gates open, influx of people come and want to see the Aces.
Absolutely.
That's what happens when you win.
Maybe watch the game on Boxing Day and then saw a good performance last night, so why not? Still plenty more opportunities this weekend to come out. Pitch to Dales, fouled straight back. 0-1.
Yeah, doubleheader tomorrow, 5 o'clock and roughly 7 o'clock, 30 minutes after that first game ends. And then Sunday, 1 p.m. afternoon game.
And both games of the doubleheader tomorrow will be 7-inning games. 2 for the price of 1, by the way. 0-1 to Dale. Swinging a line drive, snatched out of the air by Fritsch, who was defending for a potential bunt. Good play from the Brisbane third baseman. 2 up, 2 down.
Dale continues to hit the ball hard. This is really good contact, just right at Fritsch.
So here's Robbie Glendening, who was the only player to leave the yard yesterday. And he had a skyscraping blast that scraped the light towers as well for his 3rd homer of the year. Shea ready, his first pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
Yeah, our predictions weren't so hot yesterday, were we? Weren't as hot as the weather. We thought there'd be balls flying all over the park, but superb pitching, especially from Jonathan Tripp, really limited that.
0-1. 0-2.
Nice framing job there from Burns behind the plate. Nice work. Not that it wasn't a strike, but it's a nice job by him.
Well, Glendening will have to protect here. Infield shading him towards his pull side. 0-2. Straight back. Robbie stays alive. It was one of those nights where, and Tripp talked about it, as you get another look at that foul ball, where you know that you're going to have to keep the ball on the ground or induce the swing and miss. You cannot allow any right-handed hitter to elevate the ball or pull the ball with authority, especially in what's a smaller ballpark. 300 feet down the left and right field lines here. Shea settles. Long hold. 0-2 again. Upstairs 1-2. No pitch clock, and he took advantage of it.
Might have been an ABL record hold there.
Hey, if you can mix up timing and change up speeds, why not? Again, no pitch clock, no disengagement rules. So you can hold on to the ball as long as you can. You can step off whenever you'd like. 1-2 is spiked. Cat evens up at 2-2.
Look at the Aces dugout there. Mormondo with the traditional jacket over the pitching arm.
High socks tonight as well. We've seen him wear them on the road a couple times, but generally at home he's gone with the long pants. 2-2. Skied foul, out of play. Count will still hold. Mormondo started game 2 of the series in Canberra as well, so on about a week of rest. We've seen him for the majority of the season start openers, but push back a day a couple weeks ago, and now this has been his schedule. 2-2. Upstairs 3-2. A good at-bat brewing here from Glendening.
Yeah, breaking ball there, just a little bit high. Robbie laid off it very smartly.
After a couple quick 2 outs. Good work from Robbie to work this count up for Shea. Payoff. Flown to the air, right field with some late carry. Wong back to the track. Now the line makes the catch to end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go down the Aces as we head to the top of the second. No score here at Melbourne Ballpark. Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Sean Morimondo throws his final warm-up pitch as we begin the top of the second inning. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. And while it looks overcast and a little chilly here at the ballpark, I'll tell you what, everyone here in this building, I can guarantee you, loves it with how hot it was yesterday.
It was a scorcher, much more pleasant tonight for everyone, I think.
Really good temperatures earlier today. Brendan McNair will lead things off. Morimondo ready. First pitch. Fouled straight back, 0-1. McNair dented the wall in left center field yesterday. A ringing double to the gap. Tied with Arturo Disla for the league lead in homers. Here's the 0-1. Sharply hit through the 6-hole. Base hit for McNair.
Second hit of the night for Brisbane.
And he's got good speed over there at first base, 6 of 7 in stolen base opportunities.
Here comes my man, Namo Iyang. Walked past him. He's a big guy. He's a good-looking athlete. And you know what else I like about him? Respectful. He said, "How are you, sir?"
That is some respect.
Could just be my age, but
no, he knows you're the broadcaster. I'll start referring to you as sir.
Oh, thank you,
Max Tanzer and sir here. First pitch is popped foul, 0-1.
But he's strong, he's tall, he's, two-time All-Star in the Taiwanese League and an MVP of that All-Star game a couple of years ago, so he can play.
Brings a ton of pedigree to this lineup. 0-1. 0-2. Captain on Team Taiwan in the 2023 Asian Championships as well. I mean, he does it all. 4 years with the Dragons, which is where Junho Wang and Junwei Liu, former aces at the beginning of the year, were from. 0-2's down low. McNair heading for second. Throw from his knees. Got him! Oh, my goodness. As casual as it gets, a bullet from his pocket.
Gotta look at that again, Max. That was something special. Here we go. Here comes the pitch. McNair, I may have thought it got by him, but more from his knees. Nice sort of bluff there from McCullough as well. He didn't give anything away.
That was impressive. The 1-2 now is cued softly up the first baseline. Greg Bird tested for the first time tonight. Takes it to the bag, 2 away.
That's how you want to be tested when you're out at first base. You can see Greg having a laugh. No easier play than he'll get than that.
It looked like it could have had some English on it, too, so that's always a little tricky for your first one. Well, that's 2 consecutive innings in which Morimondo's given up a leadoff single, and then that base runner was quickly retired. Man, I can't get over that from Logan Moore. That was incredible.
Just off his knees.
Here's Lee Chung Wong. First pitches. Fouled straight back.
Yeah, that's our early play of the game candidate. I know there will be plenty more, but that's an early nomination.
Oh, it's knocking on the door, I'll tell you that.
Play of the game, of course, brought to you by Aces Sporting Club. We'll bring that to you later in the game.
Here's the wind to the 0-1. Down and away. Count evens up. Well, Moore does a really good job of controlling the running game. That's our first real shot to see it this year. Here's the 1-1 now. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball, 1-2.
Yeah, fooled him with the off-speed pitch there.
2 strike.
Here's the wind to the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Morimondo with his second punch out. And he gets a weak wave from Wong. He faces the minimum for the second consecutive inning. No score here at Melbourne Ballpark.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
Light and Easy's award-winning healthy meal delivery service features over 235 delicious breakfasts, lunches and dinners for everyone to enjoy. From those who want to lose weight to those who want to gain more free time. From those who want to be a little healthier to those a little older who want to age well. There's no shopping or cooking and there's no contracts or subscriptions. Just your choice of affordable, ready-to-eat meals delivered to your door when you need them. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
Good night for a beverage here at Melbourne Ballpark. Just getting started here. Aces and the Bandits. Like the cowboy hat over there.
That is a good-looking cowboy hat. That's a real cowboy hat. It's not one of those phony cowboy hats. This is a real one.
You have one?
I don't, but I've been in enough places to recognize one.
Hey, it looks good. It looks good. Good night for
so
a
does
burger
that burger.
as well.
Yeah, I can say that looks good, too.
Hey, I'm hoping I can get one a little bit later tonight. It would be my second of the night. Got the foam finger down there as well. Got a really good crowd here at the ballpark tonight. Well, Sean Morimondo has looked really good. 6 up, 6 down in between a couple of base hits. Each batter that has reached has eventually been retired quite promptly. Greg Bird will lead things off here against Pao Chi Shea. He faced the minimum in his first inning of work as well. Took him just 12 pitches to get through that inning. Greg Bird to lead things off was 2 for 4 yesterday. Drove in a run. Almost hit one out as well. A hard liner off the wall and right. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed off for a 0-1.
He's the one guy this wind certainly favors tonight, blowing left to right.
That's his power alley.
Yep.
But we haven't seen him hit the ball out the other way, too.
Correct.
Can hit it with authority to all fields. 1-1. After the departure of Diesla, Greg Bird now the active Aces leader in homers with 5. Leads the team with 17 runs batted in as well. 1-1. 1-2. Hitting 272. This is game number 24 for him. Good to see him playing some defense tonight again.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
It got to the point where you could just pencil him into the DH spot every single night.
That's true.
With Arturo Diesla over there. 1-2. Count evens up.
2-2.
It'll be Bird, Moore, and George. 4, 5, and 6 in the middle of this lineup. Shea settles, really takes his time up there. 2-2. Poked foul. Count still holds.
He's very deliberate sort of when he gets set, isn't he? As you mentioned, the long hold. Not necessarily a slow worker per se, but he just tends to hold that.
Definitely try to mix up the timing, I think. Maybe catch you off guard a little bit and then speed you up late. 2-2. Down low. Count now full at 3-2 here to Bird. Taking his fair share of walks this season.
Yeah, great eye from him, of course. Rarely see him swing at a bad pitch.
Pull shift on for him as well. Payoff. Swing and a foul tip held on for strike 3. 1 up, 1 down. Good work from Shea to get back to that count.
Yeah, it's a big strikeout from him. Nice work.
First strikeout of the night for him as well, and a couple of whips on that off-speed offering. Well, here's Logan Moore. 4 for 11 in 3 games so far this season. Was 0 for 4 in his home debut, but we just saw him show off a cannon from the knees last inning to gun down Brendan McNair at second base. Check swing, did he go? The third base umpire, Ichikawa, says he did. 0-1. That splitter changeup offering right there has been really good to left-handed hitters so far.
Only ace without a hit last night, so certainly due to get on base.
0-1. Soft roller up the line. Mike Hart's got it measured, takes it to the bag, 2 away. Was looking at it between the breaks. In Mexico, where he spent the regular season, Logan Moore threw out 49% of base runners. And it wasn't just 4 guys who ran on him. It was a sample size of 59 opportunities.
Wow.
Which is remarkable. I mean, at the big league level, like good rate would be anything around 22 to 25%. Incredible that he's throwing out basically half of the guys who try to run on him. He showed us a good example a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, that is special.
Darryl George in for his first at-bat of the night. First pitch. Broken bat looper to second. Charging is Yang. Throws on the run in time to retire the side. Quick work from Pao Chi Shea. He's faced the minimum in 2 consecutive innings. Way to the top of the third. Scoreless here in Melbourne.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. New sponsor this year, Harcourt Cider. They got the Harcourt Cider and Juice Bar at first base, down the first base line. Want to check that out. Cider, fresh apple juice, also nacho dogs and nachos. And I know my partner Max Tanzer loves that, loves the smell of that. Walking out along that first baseline just smells great. Harcourt Cider and Juice Bar down the first baseline. Make sure to check that out.
That was poetic. I feel like we're there right now. Love me a good plate of nachos at a ball game.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about it before. I haven't had the nacho dog yet, though, so we'll get that going. Maybe one day we'll bring it to the booth. A little messy, but we'll make it work.
We'll give it a try.
7, 8, and 9 due up here against Sean Moramondo. He's been working quite well as well, as the first pitch is popped up off the bat of Jake Burns. Shallow center, Jared Dale, the shortstop, back out behind the bat. It's the catch, one away.
A little easier tonight, I think, with the wind than it was last night. Dale used to playing here in these windy conditions, no problem at all.
Here's Dermot Frisch, third baseman once again. Of course, the recognizable, iconic hairstyle.
It's fantastic.
Again, it goes perfect with the accents of this Brisbane ball club. First pitch is upstairs, 1-0. The gold trim now here with these royal blue unis. Look at it. It's perfect. It's almost the same color right there.
Good ball player. Was 2 for 3 yesterday with a double.
Ball 2.
2-0 now. Hitters count for him, the pitch. Strike called, 2-1.
Caught the outside corner there with that.
2 ball, 1 strike.
Get Sean back into the count. Well, Burns popping out marks the first time Moramondo has retired a leadoff batter tonight.
Ball.
Inside, 3-1.
There's been a real synergy, hasn't it? First inning and second inning, runner gets on and double play, caught stealing, and then the inning ends with a strikeout.
Here's the 3-1. Perfectly placed, 3-2.
Beautiful.
And we talked about it yesterday. Maybe one of the reasons why you keep Moramondo in the 2 slot of the rotation is ahead of the doubleheader. You know what you're going to get from Sean. We'll go deep into games. 3-2, just outside ball 4. A really close miss. And Frisch will reach with the 1-out walk. But he's shown the ability to get 80, 90 pitches into a game consistently, no matter how well or how poorly he performs, still gives you a consistent 5-6. And ahead of a day tomorrow where you're going to play 2 games, that could be really important. Shang-Hee Yang digs to the plate and fouls the first pitch off. Shang-Hee Yang, excuse me.
One strike. Play.
Oh, 1.
Last year was his rookie season in the CPBL. His team won the title. That goes pretty well. He played in 41 games, 11 hits, 13 runs. A fifth-round pick in 2023, Shang-Hee Yang.
If you're a fan of the Chinese Professional Baseball League, this is your spot. Got him looking. Backdoor breaking ball freezes him for strike 3. Third punch out for Moramondo.
Yeah, it's big.
Get another look. Perfectly placed.
Kind of froze him, didn't it?
Fritsch still at first. Has one stolen base this year. Lineup flips over for the top, Jacob Robson. 0-1. Well, similar start to what we saw yesterday. A couple of zeros traded on both sides. And then it was the Aces who broke things open in the third and fourth innings, consecutive 3-run frames. 0-1. 1-1 the count.
No score in the Canberra-Sydney game. The Adelaide-Perth game gets underway later tonight.
I think this whole match is a little bit...
Yeah, taking a look at the standings entering tonight. Sydney in first place, as they have been essentially all year long. 14-9, but a half-game lead over Adelaide and Canberra. How about Canberra? They have been really scrappy this year, and they've earned their flowers. 1-1 is down and away. 2-1.
Well, we saw him here in that opening series, and we were very impressed with him. So it doesn't really surprise us.
Just took 3 of 4 from the Aces last week at 2.
Yep.
If you're into run differential, they have the best in the league. 2-1. 3-1 now. Robson ahead big time.
Turned the Baseball Plus stream on to watch some of the Aces Canberras. Almost cried when John Kennedy came walking out there in that Canberra uniform. I just still have not gotten over that, Max.
I didn't want to text you. I didn't know how you were feeling about it.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't need that.
3-1. 3-2 now the count. Fritsch will get a head start at first base. Well, I mean, if it's a Canberra-Melbourne matchup, it's essentially former Cavalry and former Aces
playing each other. Yeah.
Exactly. It's incredible. Moramondo on the mound right now, a former Cavalry. Runner goes, the payoff. Lined out to the gap, right center field. This could be trouble. Splits the alley and rolls to the wall. Fritsch off to the races. A little bit of a bobble from Burke. A late send. Fritsch will come in standing up. Brisbane strikes first. Their first run of this series, and it's 1-0 here in the third.
That's a beautiful hit from Robson, put in that perfect spot. And a tough one for Chris Burke. Tough one for anybody in center field, to be honest. That was just sort of split the difference. And Fritsch runs pretty well. And that's a big run to start this game for Brisbane.
So Robson at second, his 6th RBI of the year. Here's Hyung Chan another dangerous hitter. That was the perfect equation for Brisbane with the 3-2 count and 2 down, the runner going. Send one into the gap. Swing and a miss. Big rip, 0-1. It was interesting, though, because Fritsch was caught a little bit in between rounding third base. Almost stutter-stepped. I think he was a little uncertain. But it was an emphatical wave around, and there was no play at the plate. 0-1. Down low, smothered by Moore.
Yeah, without Whitefield in center, I mean, I think you've got to test the new guy if you're Brisbane, right? You got to test Chris Burke. He's not familiar playing that. You know, Whitey, you know what you're going to get with Whitey. Why not test him?
It's not only the first run, but the first lead as well of the series for the Bandits. Looking to answer back the big way. 1-1 is pounded to the ground. Nice stop by Dale. Slings it over in time to end the inning. Not before Brisbane, though, picks up a run on a hit. They leave a runner to highlight an RBI double from Jacob Robson. We are at the bottom of the third. Brisbane leads 1-0.
When enjoying a punt, Easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today. Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. For over 30 years, Light and Easy has been making it easy for Aussies to lose weight, improve their health, and save time. Light and Easy takes all the guesswork out of healthy eating with over 100 delicious, nutritionally balanced meals for you to choose from. To find out how Light and Easy can help you, visit lightandeasy.com.au. Ed White, Max Tanzer with you. Aces find themselves in an unusual position against Brisbane, down 1-0.
On an RBI double from Jacob Robson. He has been a real big acquisition since he joined the Bandits a couple weeks ago. This game number 10 for him. Here's a new acquisition for the Aces, Morgan McCullough, and he takes a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Pouchy Shea out for his third inning of work. McCullough spent the regular season in the Seattle Mariners organization. Next pitch a strike, 0-2 with AA Arkansas, played in 54 games. Batted .210, but did reach base at a .335 clip. Quickly behind 0-2, and as you mentioned it, a firecracker. It was fun talking to him before the game. Here's the 0-2. Down low, 1-2.
And working on limited sleep. We won't say how much, but he didn't get a lot, let me put it that way.
He came into the ballpark earlier today to get fitted for his uniforms and so forth. And then Mick Wern said, all right, go get some sleep now. And here he is starting after landing at 9 in the morning. Not even 12 hours ago. Talk about show and go. 1-2. Swinging a line drive, spinning in the left, it's down, a base hit. Morgan McCullough. Welcome to the Aces. A hit in his first plate appearance. And a leadoff base runner for Melbourne, their first hit of the night.
Some people flying from the States can barely find their way home because they're so tired. McCullough comes out, first at-bat gets a hit. Gotta love it.
Good piece of hitting, too, just slapping it the other way.
That's how you join a new team. That's
You'll
pretty
take
good.
that.
Yeah.
Good speed over there as well. Stole 9 bases in 13 attempts in AA this season. Well, here's Jared Belbin now, getting the start in left field after we saw him at second last night. First pitch, down and away, 1-0. You think that on the plane right here he was thinking about or visualizing, all right, I'm going to slap a single to left when I get into the box tonight?
Great question. Quite possibly.
1 ball. Five.
Almost had a near disaster in the booth there with a couple
It
of
was
water
a disaster.
bottles falling
The Coke
over.
spilt.
Oh, a Coke spill.
It's all over the ground. We'll figure it out.
As long as it's not on the hot one into the dugout. As long as it's not on your computer or your phone or your scorebook, we're fine.
It's just on the ground and on our read sheet from yesterday. It's okay. Not on my clothes. Not on the scorebook. My scorebook is taking some hits over the last couple of years, too, I'll tell you that. 1-1 the count on Belbin. The pitch. Strike called, top of the zone, 1-2. At first, when it fell, I was going to try and stop it, and then it was past the point of no return, and now it's completely empty. So I don't have any soda for the rest of the game now.
Can we get one of the interns to come clean it up?
It's all right. It's my responsibility. 1-2 here on Belbin. Doubled yesterday. Here's the pitch. Swinging a soft ground ball. Second baseman Yang goes to second for one. That's all he'll get. An aggressive slide from McCullough.
Might have to take a look at that one.
Well, he broke up a potential double play ball, but again, you got to hope Yang's okay. He looks a little shaken up, and I don't think he liked that.
No, he could tell he didn't like that. Absolutely. You could tell from his body language. There's the hit. Interesting decision to go to second. I thought he might have gone to first, but oof, yeah, that's
flipped his ankle.
He did sort of with the spikes, didn't he?
He did stay in the lane. Either way, a 4-6 fielder's choice. Belbin safe at first. McCullough retired, and here's Chris Burke. Pretty nice to have a 9-hole hitting outfielder who's batting .342 and slugging over .600. 3 homers for Burke, most recently on Canberra on Saturday. First pitch, down and away, 1-0. Chris was 1 for 4 yesterday, doubled out to left center field. Would come around to score as well. Look at a Yang right there, right where McCullough caught him. Swing and a miss. There's the off-speed pitch again, 1-1.
1-1.
Belbin with good speed himself at first base. Here's the pitch. There it is again. Weak wave and a miss. 1-2.
1 ball.
Particularly to lefties, that's been the pitch, and it's gotten a ton of whiff. Top of the order on deck. That's Whitefield here. Shea ready. 1-2. Swing, and this one's charged up into the gap in right center. Belbin turning around for third. He's going to get in there without a play. Chris Burke is finding barrels this season. Sets up a first and third spot with one away for Aaron Whitefield.
He's hitting that same spot that Robson hit his in, just didn't travel as far. Allowed Robson to get there. Nice swing.
With a couple strikes on him as well.
There's another look at it. And Shea, I don't think was happy with that pitch. I think he knew he'd kind of served one up for Berkey there.
That was that splitter pitch right there, too, that this time instead of bearing it down out of the zone to try and get a chase, it was hung. Well, now a fly ball does the trick. Belbin at third, Burke at first, and here's Aaron Whitefield, who drove in 4 last night. Flew out to right his first time. Corners in, middle back. First pitch. Down low, 1-0. Well, the bottom of the order has been so productive that Aaron Whitefield, the leadoff hitter, has found himself in a plethora of run-scoring opportunities here. Aces now with 3 hits to Brisbane's 2. Or flip that, excuse me. 1-0. Upstairs, 2-0. First time we've seen Shea labor here a little bit.
Yeah, they don't right.
This will be his 38th pitch here with 1 down in the third. Aaron entering play tonight, hitting at a .392 clip, the best of any qualified hitter in the Australian Baseball League. (2-0). Popped up, out of play. 2-1.
Yeah, real chance here, as you mentioned. Fly ball brings in a run.
Wynn continues to blow out to right as well.
Yep.
Your arms left to right in the outfield. McNair, Robson, and Wong. But Belbin has good speed over there at third, so a fly ball of most depths should be able to score him. Of course, representing the tying run. 2-1. Foul, 2-2. This might be a good count for Burke to potentially take off, even if it's just staying out of the double play. We mentioned a couple times Whitefield not particularly able to give it 100% in terms of sprinting.
Yeah.
And so a double play is still in order, even with his speed. Burke is yet to attempt a stolen base this season.
Time!
2-2. Time was called. A little bit late, but Whitefield gets it, so the count will hold.
I was a bit late to that, my bad.
Look at how much room there is in left center. Center fielder Robson shading a couple steps towards right center, so if Whitefield finds that gap, he can run for a while. Let's take a look at the bullpen. I think a ball might have ran onto the field. Shea looking to weave out of trouble here. Steps off.
Definitely taking advantage of those rules you mentioned, Max.
Again, if this is your first Australian Baseball League game, no pitch clock, no limit on disengagement, so you can step off as much as you like. Shea taking his time, the 2-2. Down low, 3-2.
That's a great eye from Aaron.
Two strikes.
Man, I would have swung at that 9 out of 10 times.
It's so hard at spots like this, where especially trailing now, you have a runner 90 feet away, not to get over aggressive.
Wow.
Aaron, one of the most experienced bats in this lineup, and the numbers speak for themselves. 3-2. Swing, and this one's belted deep out to left center field. Robson back in front of the track as the wind knocks it down. He'll make the catch. Belbin tags from third. He comes in without a play. We're tied at 1. Aaron Whitefield drives in his 5th in 2 nights.
That's what, like you said, Max, all we needed. Good manufacturing of a run there.
RBI number 9 for Whitefield on the season. And that'll make way to Jared Dale. So the Aces grabbed that run right back after Brisbane took their first lead of the series. Dale lined up to third his first time. Picked up his 200th career hit yesterday, by the way. First pitch is pounded out to short. Yi Yang shovels to second in time. 6-4 fielder's choice ends the inning. However, the Aces get on the board for the first time tonight thanks to this sacrifice fly from Aaron Whitefield. Lifted it in the deep left center field and gave Jared Belbin plenty of time to walk home and score. We're just back where we started, tied at 1 as we head to the top of the 4th here at Melbourne Ballpark.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. SEN is your home for sport. Aces fans, download the SEN app to listen live to SEN's network of stations and get the best news and live coverage in Australia. Enter tipping contests, catch the latest on AFL, horse racing, cricket, and much, much more. SEN 1116, your home of sport. Download the SEN app today. Ed White, Max Tanzer alongside, and good ball game tonight.
Tied at 1 is the first pitch to Mike Hart is chased for strike 1. Sean Morimondo out for his 4th inning of work. He's allowed that 1 run on the RBI double to Jacob Robson. Here's the 0-1. Up and in, 1-1. Watch any of the cricket today?
I did watch a bit of it. Australia looking very good, looking very solid.
Here's the 1-1. inside look out, and that actually clips Hart. So he'll take first base.
He'll take that. He'll take anything he can get after he started with 5 straight strikeouts. I'm not so convinced that hit him.
Yeah, if we could get another look here today. Sneak across the jersey.
Maybe. He's wearing a pretty loose-fitting jersey there. Look at that.
Hey, it counts.
Here we go.
It's a good shot.
I don't know.
It's
From
tough.
that angle, it doesn't look like it, does it? The other one, it did.
I think home plate umpire Casey Cook is purely going off sound right there. Here's Brendan McNair. First pitch is spiked. What a stop from Logan Moore.
Thank you.
Playing the part of a brick wall, 1-0.
You need that little snicko that they have in the cricket where you
Right?
can listen to the sound, right? You can actually run it back. Did it actually clip the jersey or not? You can tell there's a little thing there.
And I can guarantee you that's what it is. You almost hear like a foul tip.
Yep.
Similar sound where it just gets a piece of the uniform. Old foul, fooled. 1-1.
Speaking of cricket, that looked a bit like a cricket
It
shot,
did.
didn't it? He didn't break his wrist. Just kind of pushed it.
Well, in cricket, that would have been fair. Oh, we've been brought a new Coke.
Now, we've been delivered some Cokes. Are you sure you're going to be okay with this,
I don't know.
Max?
I'm not opening it till after the game.
Can we trust you with a can of Coke in this
I don't think so.
control room?
I'm still a little
skeptical.
shaken up. Outside 2-1.
I'm skeptical.
It avoided all the tech, which is good. My backpack caught a little bit of shrapnel, but it's okay. It's resting for now. It looks okay, right?
It looks fine.
2-1 the count here on McNair, who singled and then was caught stealing back in the second inning. Hart takes his lead from first. Armando will step off. I don't think there's anything worse that you can spill than soda. Juice tends to be pretty bad, too. Anything that's sticky.
Yeah.
2-1. Sharp bender, 2-2.
Or a fine glass of wine.
Oh, yes.
Or scotch would be the other thing you wouldn't want to spill for other reasons.
Yes, for sure. Oh, yeah, well, the value there. I know what you're talking about. This Coke Zero Sugar is the most valuable in the world. 2-2, called strike 3. Pinned him on the inside corner. Strikeout number 4 for Morimondo.
How about that? Got to look at that again. Definitely crowding the plate a bit is McNair, but tricky one.
Looked like the cutter right there. So Hart holds it first. Here's Namoe Yang. Shortstop tonight for Brisbane, as he was yesterday. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tip held on by Moore. 0-1. Armando in good shape in terms of his pitch count. Again, we've mentioned he has a strength and ability to go deep into games. This will be pitch number 46. 1-1. And we've talked about the importance of this series for the Aces in terms of inserting themselves back into the playoff picture, which they currently do hold a spot by half a game. For Brisbane as well, it's one of their last opportunities to try and get back in it. 2-1 now.
Yeah, it's a really good point when you flip it around. 5 opportunities to try and get some wins under their belt. But, yeah, it's getting close to crunch time for them.
4.5 games out of a playoff spot. 2-1. 2-2. But I'll tell you what, 4.5 games, and you still have an opportunity to play, 3 or 4 of the teams that are in front of you to end the season. If you include this Melbourne series, you still, in an odd way, control your own destiny. And I think that was kind of the message from Shane Watson. We've lost some really close games. We know that we're better than this. And the guys in the clubhouse feel good about it. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Moore's throw into center field. Holding it second is Hart. A stolen base for him. That's his first of the year. A strikeout to Yang. That's the 5th punch out of the night for Armando. Get another look. Throw is an in-betweener to McCullough, and he could have picked it cleanly. Safe either way would be.
I like that look back from Hart. Kind of like, what's happening here?
Chris Burke was ready to defend, backing up right there.
Yep.
Well, here's Lee-Chung Wong, struck out swinging to end the second. Chance for Brisbane to grab their lead back. First pitch is outside and low. There's the big curveball, 1-0. Jake Burns on deck, a right-handed hitter. Or make that a left-handed hitter, excuse me. 1-0. Just a little bit upstairs. 2-0.
We got a 50-50 chance, right? Right-handed hitter, left-handed. No, I guess you have a switch hitter.
Switch?
Yeah, so 33. Yeah, okay.
Although if it's a switch hitter, then you're 100% right every time. 2-0. Strike call, 2-1.
2-0, 1 strike.
Well, this is a Brisbane lineup that strikes out, entering the series leading the league offensively in punch-outs. Aces struck out 14 hitters last night as a team. 2-1. Rolled softly to second. McCullough's got plenty of time. Tosses over to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, or runner left for Brisbane as we head to the bottom of the fourth. No score here at Melbourne Ballpark.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
Light and Easy's award-winning healthy meal delivery service features over 235 delicious breakfasts, lunches and dinners for everyone to enjoy. From those who want to lose weight to those who want to gain more free time. From those who want to be a little healthier to those a little older who want to age well. There's no shopping or cooking and there's no contracts or subscriptions. Just your choice of affordable, ready-to-eat meals delivered to your door when you need them. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
Never a bad day to watch some horse racing at the Punt 1-2-3 race here in between innings as we bring you back to Melbourne Ballpark. A large crowd on hand tonight, enjoying a slushie there, as you can see on the left side of your screen. Again, it's not as warm as yesterday, but still a good night for a slushie, I would say. Look at Pouchy Shea coming out for his fourth inning of work. Has allowed 1 run so far. That was the sac fly to Aaron Whitefield. And a little bit of a different outcome so far through the first third of the game than yesterday, but still tight. And the Aces looking to potentially take their first lead of the night here. Glendinning, Bird, and Moore do up 3, 4, and 5 in their order.
Yeah, definitely a different feel to the game tonight, both weather-wise and game style-wise. A couple of guys enjoying the game there. Just good to see someone have a drink without spilling it, Max.
Okay. Touche. I need to take notes. I like the hat, too.
Yeah, it's good looking.
A bucket hat?
You're just joining us. Max has spilled a Coke in the commentary booth.
It's not a big booth here, so there's not much room for us to avoid it. First pitch to Glendinning is rolled foul for strike 1. I'm just curious to see what it looks like when it dries tomorrow.
Time.
You could call it an art piece.
It's got the kind of floor that I think it will just fit in with the rest of the pattern on here over the years of wear in this booth.
Someone will come back and say, what happened to the floor in the corner on the left side? I don't know.
Think so.
Well, it was summer night. Next pitch is down low. 1-1 the count on Glendinning.
When I'm doing this in 5 years, Max, with someone else, and I'll go, what's that down there? I go, well, there's this kid named Max. He's now the voice of the
We don't talk
Angels,
about him anymore. The Angels.
I don't know. I just pulled that out. I'm not sure. The Mariners. How about if I say that? Your hometown team.
Pitch of the way. Strike call to the inside corner. 1-2. Just hoping that I've learned how to keep a soda in the can at that point. We'll see.
If you make it that high, you'll have people pouring drinks in your mouth between innings.
Maybe in the year, that would be 2030, maybe we'll just be able to wear one of those soda hats. Have you seen those?
Yes.
1-2. Down and away, 2-2. I remember one year for Christmas, I was dying for one. It's the hard hat, kind of like a construction worker
with
cap.
Space for drinks on
Yes,
the top.
and then they've got little tubes, and you can take a drink from them. Oh, that'd be great for broadcasting.
Not bad, actually. Like bikers have those things, right? Those camelback
Yes,
things
that's
they wear
right.
when they're riding bicycles.
2-2.
Oh.
Up and in, look out. Glendinning leans out of the way. 3-2. I've seen vests that you can put on when you're running, and then there's little tubes, and you can drink water from them. Don't have to carry it in your hand. The future is now.
3 ball, 2 strike.
A full count here on Robbie.
Fight.
Worked a full count his last time up 2 and flew out to right. Here's the payoff from Shea. Swing and a miss. Blew a fastball by him. Held on by Burns.
Yeah, it's
Second
good
strikeout.
Pitching. That is good pitching. No doubt about it.
Able to climb back in there. Well, his first strikeout came against Greg Bird. Bird will look for some revenge as he digs to the plate. He also worked a full count and went after a off-speed pitch down out of the zone. Pull shift on for him again. Big, powerful left-handed hitter. First pitch.
Ball.
Upstairs, 1-0.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Shea. He just seems like a real sort of resilient kind of fighter. You know, he's fallen behind and come back. And
Ball 2.
Down low, 2-0. First time he's really pitched
I'm just getting shot out of
in a bulk role here in the ABL.
oh, he's listed as in the bullpen when the information pack we got very kindly from Brisbane has him as a bullpen pitcher.
But does have starting experience, and he's looked good so far tonight.
Yep.
2-0.
Ball 1.
3-0 now here on Greg Bird.
3 ball.
Logan Moore on deck. Taken for a strike. Hitters count at 3-1.
Caught the inside corner
3
there.
ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Shea won't want to be too loose with the pitch here, that's for sure.
Bird looking for something to drive. Pops it up, out to left field. McNair ranging towards the line on his horse. It's out of play. 3-2.
Interesting. I don't know. Didn't look like McNair was running that fast, did it? I don't know. I'm not sure if I thought maybe he thought it was out of play and had no chance at it.
It did end up landing on the track.
Yeah, I'm just thinking there's some of the other guys we've seen play left field, or even Dermot Fritsch last night at third base, just going hell for leather, if you will, into the fence. He just kind of like, I don't think he'll get there.
The wind is pushing it back towards right field, so maybe he was anticipating it to fly out of play, and it just stayed in.
That's what I think.
Count full here on Bird. Shea set. The payoff. Swing and a miss. Got him on the same pitch. Second time he set down Bird swinging. Back-to-back punch-outs, 2 up, 2 down.
Back to that play by McNair. He was a long way away. I just found it odd that he just didn't seem to be pursuing it as hard as I thought he might. But I think you're probably right. I think he potentially thought it was way out of play.
Maybe caught him off guard a little bit.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Either way, still got the punch-out afterwards.
Correct.
Here's Logan Moore. Grounded out to first, back in the second inning. Takes down low, ball 1. Well, the sun is starting to squeak through the clouds here. It's getting bright as it sets over the first base line.
I did that last night, too,
it did.
remember?
The weather was a whole other story yesterday. Oh, my goodness. 1-0. Strike called 1-1. How about that little dust storm at the end of the game yesterday?
I was driving home. There's some branches strewn around on the roads, and cold, and complete change from the start of the game.
The cold change. 1-1. Down low, 2-1. I mean, it was such a hot, muggy evening. Reached about 35 degrees Celsius, and then all of a sudden, with the snap of a finger, temperatures drop immediately and dust starts swirling everywhere. 2-1. 3-1 now. 3 consecutive 3-ball counts here for Shea. That was a quick game yesterday, just about 2 hours and 20 minutes, but if it was any longer, you're starting to think, how difficult is it going to be for hitters to pick up the ball here when you have so much going on in your peripheral vision and dust blowing into your eyes?
Very true.
Hitters count for more. 3-1. Taken for a strike.
He was headed down to first, Logan.
So now the count's full. 3 consecutive full counts here for Shea as you get another look. Payoff. Up and away, ball 4. So throws an extra pitch. Can't find the edge that time. And Moore draws his first walk of the series.
First walk for Shea as well.
Good to see him meeting at the mound right here as well. Translator out, and that's going to be it.
It is.
For Pouchy Shea, as Shane Watson comes out to take out his righty, gives him a handshake, pats him on the shoulder, and Shea looked really good tonight again.
Yeah, you could tell by the way those Brisbane Bandits all came in and, gave him a pat, fist bump. They got a really good performance from him tonight.
60 pitches, 3 2/3 of an innings work, just 1 run. He'll be responsible for more on first base. We'll tell you all about the new right-hander when we come back. Tied at 1 here in Melbourne.
Bullpen catch up. Liam, happy birthday to you, mate.
OmniGraphics, your leaders in super wide format printing across Australia. With 2 full-scale production facilities in Queensland and Victoria, our centres are equipped to handle the most ambitious printing projects, backed by a dedicated team of over 70 full-time staff. We specialise in a wide range of print formats, from billboards and banners to retail and events. We deliver impactful solutions that stand out in any environment. Our commitment to excellence includes continuous investment in cutting-edge technology, ensuring precision, speed, and reliability. This allows us to tackle even the most complex printing requirements with ease. Dream, design, deliver. Partner with OmniGraphics for your next printing project.
A look at the Brisbane Bandits outfield. Brennan McNair, Jacob Robson, and Lee Chung Wong left to right. Taking a look at new arm on the mound. We got a right-hander into the game in relief of Pouchy Shea. That's Chai Ming Lee out to try and get out and finish this inning.
From the wonderfully named Rakuten Monkeys in the CPBL. 7th round draft pick last year in the 2024 draft. So made 8 appearances last year in the CPBL, 7.2 innings pitched and 4.70 ERA. So youngster getting a real look at the ABL, getting a first look at Australia, you would imagine.
Absolutely, and again, just 1 out away from getting Shea off the hook here for more at first base. Shea's final line, 3 2/3, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 3 strikeouts to 1 walk. He was really good tonight in his first start as a Bandit, second outing in total. For Lee, on the other side, this will be his second outing as well. Tossed 2 innings against Perth last Friday. Allowed 3 runs, a home run included, 3 strikeouts, and a walk. Daryl George stands in the way of getting him through this 4th inning as we resume play, tied at 1. Daryl 0 for 1 tonight. Lee set. Here's his first pitch.
Oh, out.
Outside, 1-0. George was 1 for 4 yesterday. Now 1 for 5 of the series. This is his 20th game of the season. 2 homers, 8 runs batted in. He's been very steady for Melbourne so far. 2-0, but we really haven't seen him go on a tear yet. And I think in the back end of the year would be ideal here for the Aces because we know what he's capable of when he's really going.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Also gets a crowd going, right?
Oh, for sure.
That's the other thing.
Hitters count for Daryl here at 2-0. Pitch. Strike called, 2-1.
Yeah, it's a big pitch there, really nice.
2-0, 1 strike.
I was asked today what my favorite moment of the season so far was.
Great question.
I think my first answer was the Perth series in general. Just that was a really fun weekend. But if I were to choose one, that one's fouled away. 2-2.
I know what you're going to say.
Daryl George record-breaking homer, his 40th to set him as the all-time Aces home run king. And the reason I just thought of it was, I said the reason why that was my favorite moment was just with how the crowd reacted.
Yeah.
They flashed it up on the big board. Everyone gave him a standing ovation. It was a fireworks night, so fireworks launched. It was a really special moment.
And we've been waiting for it, right?
Yes.
He's been waiting for it. Fans have been waiting for it.
2-2. Outside, 3-2. Moore will now get a head start at first base. And fittingly, it just snuck out. Took Tim Kennelly, his Team Australia teammate, to the track. And, hey, it was fitting after waiting for a long time for it. Is this finally in? Is it going to get out? And it did. Moore ready to take off at first. Lee ready. Time now called. Granted to George. Moore not particularly known for his speed, but with a head start, if Darryl could find a gap, he's got a good chance to score. Runner goes. 3-2's down and away, ball 4. Back-to-back walks. First and second with 2 down for Melbourne. Well, that sets up a good opportunity here for Morgan McCullough. Single to left in his first Aces at-bat. An opportunity here to drive in the go-ahead run in his second trip to the plate here in a Melbourne uniform. Fell behind with 2 strikes and slapped a single the other way. Moore at second, George at first. First pitch, outside, 1-0.
And if you're Shane Watson, the Brisbane managers must just drive you crazy, right? Get that great performance from Shea. Reliever comes in, walks the first batter he faces, in a bit of trouble here.
This does feel like a pivot point in this game. Really good backdoor breaking ball, 1-1. Again, if you retire McCullough here, you're feeling good heading back to the dugout, but if Morgan can come through, could provide a deflating moment here. Tied at 1. Lee sets. 1-1. Tapped up to first. Mike Hart's got room, and he takes it to the bag unassisted to retire the side. Well, Lee able to get out of trouble is the Bandits hang a 0 on the board here at the top of the 4th. Make it the bottom of the 4th. Top of the 5th coming up. Tied at 1 here at Melbourne Ballpark.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Like the Aces, Eagle Eye Plumbing and Air Conditioning is proud to serve Melbourne's West with over 10 years of high-level experience in the domestic and commercial sectors. It doesn't take an eagle eye to see that Merrick and his team take pride in quality workmanship. Eagle Eye Plumbing and Air Conditioning, special emphasis on air conditioning given the weather, Max Tanzer, we have been having lately.
Oh my goodness, it's everything. Our office before the game has got plenty of AC, and we turned it on bright and early yesterday, ready to go. By the way, I've learned you guys call it aircon, not AC.
Yeah, aircon, yes, is more commonly used. I still say AC.
Well,
you
both
can't
work.
Change it. Yeah, people know what you're talking about.
7, 8, 9 due up for Brisbane here as Sean Moramondo comes out for his 5th frame. Jake Burns, the catcher, will lead things off here for the Bandits. Deadlocked at 1. Pitching has been the headline so far on both ends of the ball tonight. Sean's ready to go. We're ready to go. First pitch of the inning is taken for a strike, 0-1. Armando at 54 pitches as he starts this inning in very good shape. Here's the 0-1. 1-1. We've mentioned a couple times, we talked to Jonathan Tripp before the game. He credited Peter Moylan for a lot of the help with adjustments he's made. 1-1, taken for a strike, 1-2. He also credited Sean Mormondo. The two often are playing catch with each other when the team has practice midweek. He told me they were practicing on some cricket fields. 1-2's down low, 2-2. And kind of just talking shop and going over different adjustments the two of them could make. Let's get a look at Aaron Whitefield in the bullpen. All right.
Pitching now. I wouldn't put it past Whitey, I'll be honest.
A DH day for Aaron. He's out there hanging out with the relievers. You got to love it. 2-2. Breaking ball. Froze him. Strike 3 called. Another strikeout for Morimondo. That's his 6th. Good start here to the top of the 5th. Take another look. There's the big bender north to south. No question. Makes way to Dermot Frisch. But that's something that Tripp talked about. One, Morimondo's got that big breaking ball. And Tripp talked about how that's something he utilized more yesterday. First pitch up and away, ball 1. But 2, also just trusting your body a little bit, trusting your athleticism, trying to simplify it, which is something Chris Burke talked to us about with his recent power surge. Strike called, 1-1. Not trying to think too much in an age of the sport where there's so many numbers, so many different wrinkles that you can overanalyze. 1-1 is upstairs, 2-1. And don't get me wrong, those are all very beneficial. But sometimes it is important just to reset and go back to the roots. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2 on Frisch. Tripp even mentioned that because he coaches kids back home in America, he was trying to think of what adjustments would I give myself if I was one of those kids that I was coaching, and how would I simplify it. 2-2 is slashed foul. Count will still hold. Really interesting perspective for a guy who's been in the game for a long time now in Jonathan Tripp. Same for Sean Morimondo.
There's a look at the crowd. And
2 ball, 2 strike.
Youngstown State Penguins. How about that?
Here's the 2-2 from Morimondo. Fisted into shallow right field. This one's got a ticket for the outfield grass. It plops in for a hit.
That's one of those we talk about. You look at the scorebook, it's a hit. Nobody knows it. You just kind of blooped it into right field. Fritz having a chuckle with Greg Bird about it.
Greg Bird didn't even turn around.
He didn't. You're right.
3rd hit of the series for Frisch. He's reached base twice today as well.
We said this yesterday, just a solid ABL ball player.
Very productive at the bottom of this lineup so far this weekend. Xianghee Yang digs in, a move to first base. Frisch back in, standing up. Top of the lineup looming, Jacob Robson on deck here for Brisbane.
He's working on 2-hit night, Jacob Robson.
Responsible for the only run driven in for the Bandits in this series so far. An RBI double back in the top of the 3rd. First pitch, buried down low, and this time Frisch will hold. Again, Logan Moore threw out Brennan McNair from his knees back in the 2nd inning.
Still potentially our play of the game?
1 ball.
At this point, I think so.
Could be.
It's not me with my Coca-Cola can, I'll tell you that.
Maybe that is a play of the game. We'll get a
Do we
shot
have a shot
of
it? Yeah. I hope not. 1 out. Swing and a miss. Big rip. 1-1. I still haven't opened the new one yet. I'm very nervous.
If you'd like me to open it between innings, I'm happy
If
to
you
do
do, just promise me you won't give it back to me. Count even at 1 here. Morimondo has already induced 1 ground ball double play tonight. That came in the 1st. Look out.
Wow.
No one in the party decking for good reason right there. As that one rocketed back into the stands. Everyone's okay. 1-2.
Guys grabbed it there in the black and white
1 ball,
jacket.
2 strike.
Gives it to a kid sitting next to him. Nice work, sir.
It's probably a pretty baseball with some blemishes on it. Knocked off the ceiling of the party deck on the first base side. 1-2's down and in. 2-2.
2-2.
It's a good view from that party deck up there. We did a pregame shoot up there one time.
Great view.
I love going to the different parts of the ballpark, especially before the game when the field's set up, because we only get to watch the game from this angle. Beautiful angle. It's fun to see different areas. Skied out to right, out of play. Still 2-2. What do you think is the best seat at a baseball game? If you're buying a ticket, going to the ballpark, where do you want to sit?
I kind of like the view that we have here behind home plate, that sort of area, but I do like being down the third baseline, and I spent some time in the old Oakland Coliseum in left field when I was going to college, and those were great, fun seats.
They got some rowdy atmosphere over there, right?
It was a great group, actually. And Oakland's kind of that blue-collar city, and it was a great sort of mixed crowd demographically. We had a lot of fun out there at A's games.
Payoff pitch is served out to right center field. This one's down for a base hit. Rich will get into second. Again, not squared up, but it does the job. As Yang detons it into right for a single. First and second, one down here for Brisbane. Another look. Good piece of hitting.
Yeah, really nice. Just drives it into that gap right in front of Glendenning in right field. And Bandits got something going here with the hot hitter Robson coming into play. As I mentioned, 2 for 2, a single and a double tonight. There he is, Fritch. Randy Wanless, as I like to call him. Social media star, NRL content creator. And that is a compliment, by the way.
Here's the set. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Sharp bender, 0-1. Mr. Surley's told me first base corporate area seats are the best in the house. We've shot plenty of pregame shows in there.
Well, yeah, those are great. Yeah, the corporate seats here. I thought you were talking in general. At an Aces game, absolutely.
0-1, chopped down the line at foul, 0-2. Well, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, I thought you just meant generically at any
baseball
game.
If we are picking it here, I think our corporate areas in general, the field level seats are awesome.
Any of them.
It's like watching baseball with it right in your lap. You literally are a part of the action. You get a good view of it, actually, from our center field camera on your screen in a couple of moments. You're right there. 0-2. Down and away. 1-2 now the count.
1-2.
Big situation here for Morimondo and Robson. A couple of veterans going at it. A couple of left-handed veterans going at it.
Robson's driven in 6 through 10 games so far this year, looking to strike again.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Rich at second, Yang at first, both with good speed. Your arms of the outfield left to right, Belbin, Burke, and Glendenning. Morimondo set the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Foul tip held on by Moore. A pivotal punch out. 2 away.
7 strikeouts tonight for Morimondo, and that is huge.
He's an out away from walking the tightrope here in the top of the 5th. His season high in strikeouts is 8. That was here at home versus Perth back on the 5th of December. First pitch on the way, down and in, ball 1. Young Chan to the plate here, and the most threatening bat in this Brisbane lineup. Standing into the right-hander's batter's box with a chance to give his Bandits the lead. He's been quiet in this series, 1 for 6, has grounded out twice tonight. Both to Dale at short. 1-0. 2-0 now.
Still some more action in the Brisbane bullpen.
Got to be careful here with 5 homers this year. 2-1 and a vicious hack. Yeah, we'll see if Lee comes out for a full inning in the 5th. Again,
2 ball, 1 strike.
faced 2 batters and got the final out of that inning for Pao-Chi Sheng, the starter tonight for Brisbane. Runners take their leads. A lengthy inning here for Morimondo. This is pitch number 79. Grounded down the third base side, past George, and rolling towards the corner. Frisch will score for the lead, and it's going to be an RBI double for Hyun Chan 2-1 Bandits here in the 5th.
Again, like Robson, only a matter of time before a good hitter like comes through, and he does.
RBI number 14 for him on the season, and he squared it up just out of the stretched glove of Darryl George at third base. Well, the Aces not out of it yet here, second and third now with 2 down. Here's Mike Hart. First pitch. Strike called. Good spot of the outer edge, 0-1.
That hit by could not have been placed any better to get past George.
A 1. Pops it up on the bunt attempt, and Morimondo, like an outfielder, drips off the mound to make the catch to end the inning. That was a unique little laydown right there. A running bunt from Mike Hart, who's got plenty of pop. However, Brisbane able to take the lead on the RBI double from Hyun Chan We head to the bottom of the 5th, halfway through it here at Melbourne Ballpark, 2-1 Bandits.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today. Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Ed White, Max Tanzer with you. Aces trail 2-1 in what's been a very interesting ball game. Bandits looking a lot better than they did in last night's opener. The Aces won 7-0.
Absolutely, and a couple of timely hits, one from Jacob Robson and the other from Hyun Chan Well, back of the bump for his first full into the night will be Ji-Ming Lee. Got the final out of the 4th. It's the second appearance of the year for Ji-Ming Lee, a recent acquisition for the Bandits over the last couple of weeks. He'll get 8, 9, and 1 here in the Aces lineup. Jared Belbin will lead things off. Aces trailing by 1. First pitch. Outside, 1-0. Well, last time Brisbane jumped on the board, the Aces responded immediately. Scored on the sac fly from Aaron Whitefield. It was the bottom of the order that set things up then. Looking to do the same here. This one's leaned on deep down the right field line. It's got a chance, and it's gone. Jared Belbin launches his first of the year, and right on cue, we're tied at 2.
That home run, of course, brought to you by Crew Fitness, and no better time than now for Jared Belbin, who delivers.
A rocket that he just sneaks over the wall and straight away right. Just took a couple of pitches, and the Aces are back in it.
Sneaked is a very, very good term. I thought it was going to drop for a ground rule double, potentially.
RBI number 6 for Jared as well. That's got to feel good. Got out in a hurry as well on top of it.
Yeah, sure did.
Here's Chris Burke. First pitch. Down low, 1-0. Well, now each time Brisbane has scored, the Aces have been able to answer back immediately. Top of the order looming as well. Aaron Whitefield on deck. Pitch.
Ball 2, out.
2-0. really turned into a beautiful night here at the ballpark after overcast skies. To start the game tonight, the sun is out and it's setting over the first base side as we get a look. Some BP going on down the left field side for the Bandits. 2-0 to Burke. Strike called, 2-1.
Aces only have 3 hits tonight against Bandits pitching, but they're right in this thing.
It's really just been a couple of swings.
Yeah.
But Sean Mormondo's done his job limiting damage tonight. 2-1 is fouled straight back. 2-2. Burke singled back in the third inning, a hard line drive into the gap in right center.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Point.
2-2. 3-2 now. Plenty of long at-bats work from the Aces so far. They have only walked 2 times. Brisbane's done a good job of winning the 3-2 count so far tonight. Look at Jared Belbin.
3-2. Point.
I remember on the opening weekend versus Canberra. Here's the 3-2. Strike 3 call. Burke didn't like the call. Here's a couple words with the home plate umpire, Casey Cook. 1 down. I remember against Canberra, though. Gosh, I think it was the Sunday game. As you get another look at this 3-2 pitch to Burke.
Looked pretty low, didn't it? I could see why Burke wasn't happy with that.
Maybe hearing some more from the Aces first base dugout is Casey Cook.
That's enough.
Top of the order now here for Aaron Whitefield. But Belbin launched one. That looked like off the bat it had no doubt it was getting out. Pitch a strike going 1. But that was the game where the wind was blowing out to left. And it just completely swatted it away. It looked like it was ticketed for a 450-shot bomb instead of fly out to the track, as this one's rolled foul. 0-2 the count on Whitefield. And this time, the wind isn't gusting out to right, so he didn't need too much help there. But just hit a rocket that top spinned over the wall.
And that is a sort of lower. I don't know if it went over the lower part of the wall or not, but it does have that lower part of the fence going up against the foul pole.
Here's the 0-2. Down low. 1-2 now the count. Whitefield 0 for 1, flew out to right, also drove in the other run of the night for the Aces on that sac fly to center. Lee settles. 1-2. Look out. Oh my goodness, over the netting. There's a kid who was running right by. You can see her.
You could hear that ooh from the crowd. Certainly she was never in any danger because of that net, but it is potentially scary.
There's been some close calls this weekend. The bat yesterday that was dangling in the netting.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2 again. Just a little bit low. 2-2.
There is that net we're talking about. Protective, obviously.
2-2.
Lee takes a deep breath. Two-two. 3-2 now. Plenty of lengthy plate appearances. As you can see, Lee thought he had that one right there.
Well, he got lucky on the Burke one. Come on, you can't have everything.
Personally, we don't have the best view, but I thought that was more of a ball than the Burke one.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from here. We like to have some fun with it.
Payoff. Down and away, ball 4. Whitefield will take the walk. I think if Aaron's 100%, he's sprinting and maybe thinking about 2 there.
Yeah.
Either way, third walk of the night from the Aces is an offense. Second allowed by Lee.
Shane Watson coming out.
And we may see a move to the bullpen, and I think that will be the case.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
Jared Dale, a hot hitter due up, as Watson takes the ball from the right-hander Lee. Well, the Aces have tied it up already on the solo shot from Jared Belbin. They're looking for more with speed at first base. Tied at 2. We'll tell you all about the new reliever when we come back.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We do have a pitching change here for the Brisbane Bandits. Joo Hyuk Park, right-hander from the Samsung Lions in the KBO, the Korean League. Spent the last couple of years with the Lions minor league affiliate. Only pitched once in the majors. That was in 22. Pitched 6 innings. Lions, of course, the 8-time Korea Series champs, but they lost it in 2024.
Big crowd on hand tonight, as you can see. Our final attendance announced, 1,710. A strong one here on a Friday night in Melbourne, and we've seen a good one so far, tied at 2 here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. If you're just tuning in, Aces just tied the game on a solo homer from Jared Belbin. That young man sees himself on the screen. Maybe listen to some music here at the ballpark. Great weekend to enjoy some baseball. A 5-game set, a rare 5-game set. Of course, we're making up the postponed game in Brisbane with the second game of our doubleheader tomorrow. 2 7-80 games on Saturday.
Great shots, Max. People having a really good time.
Enjoying it, of course, seeing themselves on the big board here at the ballpark. Oh, there we go. No reason not to smile when you're here at Melbourne Ballpark, right? Yeah. Oh, look at those moves. Well, Jared Dale will get things started here against the right-hander Park. Whitefield walked, so Lee will be responsible for him. Again, Whitefield kind of nursing a sore knee, so we'll see if he's aggressive over there. First pitch to Dale is taken upstairs, ball 1. Jared, after a 3-for-4 night yesterday, 0-for-2 this evening. The 4th member of the Aces 200 hit club. Again, there are other Aces who have 200-plus career ABL hits, but that's between multiple teams. 1-0. Strike called 1-1. Jared is one of 4 who have done all of that by themselves in a Aces uniform. One of them is current teammate Daryl George. So he sits 4th all-time in Aces history in hits. He's had a really good career.
Ball.
Up and away, 2-1.
2 ball, 1 strike.
Also 3 runs batted away from tying Alan de San Miguel for 7th all-time in Aces history.
Decent.
2-1 is a broken bat roller. This may have eyes. A nice sliding stop. A bobble will cost Yang. Everybody's safe. 1st and 2nd. Here with 1 down.
Damn. She's all happening on that play, Max. Wow.
Get another look at this one. I don't know how we got a piece of that.
Bat shatters. Really nice play by Yang, but he just can't get it out of his glove in time. Dale, of course, runs pretty well, so I assume that's a hit.
That'll likely be ruled a hit for Jared, which would be his first of the night. I think what also may have distracted Yang at second was the barrel of that bat torpedoing across his peripheral vision. It almost looked like he stutter-stepped a little bit. Whitefield at second. He's the go-ahead run. Dale at first. First pitch to Glendenning is cut on a miss for strike one. Robbie 0 for 2 tonight. Flew to right and struck out back in the fourth. A 1. Spiked it. What a stop from Burns. 1-1.
Huge. Park's got that hat flying off every other pitch thing. He has to lean over and pick it up.
He's getting a new one.
Oh.
I think a little Bronx cheer right there.
I think Mike Hart may have just made the call and just, here's a hat that fits.
Maybe the other one's too big?
There's your play of the game right there.
Oh, that was lovely.
That's up for the top three with, along with your Coke spill.
Yes.
The hat change. And they've thrown out stealing by Logan Moore. Those are the top three.
In that order. Here's the 1-1. Strike called 1-2, and that hat flies off. Oh, man.
I think it might just be the way, it might be his style.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. Vicious follow through. Got the headband, though, so that's okay.
Might be like a Korean backflip thing, the hat flying off.
Hat's got a mind of its own. 1-2. Hat flies off, and it's outside 2-2.
Need to get that. Let's talk to the Sportscast Australia people. We need a hat fly off counter.
We're at probably 4 right now. What's the RPM on the hat as it comes off? 2-2 the count here. Sure, it's distracting for Glendenning seeing the hat fly off as the pitch comes.
I know.
Pitch. Flies off again, 3-2.
3-2.
Hat cam. Next game, hat cam. Here we go. Nice.
Look at those mechanics.
What's the velocity on the hat? What's the exit velocity on the hat leaving his head?
At least a mile per hour. 1.5 rotations on that one, too. That was remarkable. 3-2. Runner goes for third. Pitch is fouled straight back. Count still holds full. All right, Aaron. That he's feeling okay.
It's a shame you had to waste that run, though.
Screw the cricket going on this weekend when you have this new sport of the hat tumbling off. Robbie homered last night. It was his third. 3-2. Strike 3 called. Robbie does not like it, and he is right in the face of Casey Cook.
Got to be careful.
And Cook has been hearing it from the Aces dugout over the last couple of innings or so. Burke didn't like the call earlier in this inning, and Robbie, same story.
Well, let's have a look. Burke's actually was very questionable, I felt. That, to me, looks like a strike.
It's close, and I think both of them arguing on pitches that either just scraped the knees or were maybe a little bit below the knees.
Tough one.
So 2 down now. Here's Greg Bird. Again, Whitefield at second, Dale at first, both going on contact now. First pitch, down low, 1-0. Greg's 0 for 2. He struck out a couple of times tonight. Leads the team with 17 runs batted in.
One ball.
Some long battles here for Park. Be his 13th pitch. Down straight back, 1-1. Bird has been almost unstoppable here at Melbourne Ballpark this year. The home and road splits for him are very much correlated with the overall splits for the Aces as a team. All of his home runs have come at this ballpark, hitting .382 coming into the night here. 1-1, good stop from Burns.
Yep.
2-1. Aces recently tying the game on the Melbourne homer. Chance for them to take their first lead of the night right here. 2-1. Down low, 3-1 now. Bird climbs into the driver's seat here. Logan Moore on deck.
Yeah, you're right, Max. So many long at-bats. Just a combination of Ace's patience and erratic strike zone hitting from Brisbane.
They've been able to weave out of trouble plenty of times tonight. 3-1. Swing, and this one sky to right center field, fairly deep. The wind will shut it down as the center fielder Robson cuts all the way across into straightaway right almost to make the catch to end the inning. Well, Bird sent that one a mile, just a bit too high, as the Aces strand a couple here to end the fifth. But Jared Belbin pokes his first out of the year. We to the top of the sixth, tied at 2 here at Melbourne Ballpark.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. That is Jared Belbin, Aces left fielder, and he delivered one of the bigger hits of the game the last inning with that shot down the right field line. Look at the concentration, the pitch, the swing gets right into that, and it clears the right field fence, tying this game at 2 apiece. There's another great shot of Jared Belbin from our Sportscast Australia crew. Ed White and Max Tanzer with you tonight from the ballpark. Game 2 of a 5-game series between the Aces and the Brisbane Bandits. Sean Morimondo remains on the hill for the Aces. And he'll face Brendan McNair, Namo Yang, and Yi Cheng Wang here in the top of the 6th inning. Two quick strikes on McNair. Singled in the 2nd inning. Was caught stealing. A couple of strikeouts last night and a strikeout here in the 4th inning tonight. Slow breaking ball misses high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one's hit down the left field line. Going to drift foul. Hits the net on top of the bar out there down the 3rd base line. We'll do it again. That one's popped up, out of play, right behind us. And McNair remains alive here. There's a shot of what becomes a continuing issue here at the ballpark, people trying to get a baseball, and he managed to pull it off.
That was impressive.
That was. How about that?
Ball long.
Just misses there. Runs into a full count, 3-2. There he is, very happy with himself, as he should be. Goes over and says, hey, did you see that?
Hey, he's earned a beer, I'll tell you that.
That one's fouled out of play. Down the right field line. Count remains 3-2. Great opportunities to get yourself some refreshment around the ballpark. Alcoholic, non-alcoholic, food, you name it. Beautiful night here at Melbourne Ballpark. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Trying to foul right at the Brisbane Bandits dugout. Everybody okay? We'll do it again.
What are we ranking the sunset today?
Yeah, it's pretty
on
cool,
the 1
isn't
to
it?
10 scale.
It's a quirky one. 7.5.
Okay, that's a good rating.
I don't know. It's not magnificent, but it's multicolored. Here's another 3-2 pitch. Misses. And McNair will head to first with only the second walk of the night from Sean Morimondo.
And that will cost him in the pitch count category, too. Again, one of the longer plate appearances worked against him so far. That's now 92 pitches, the most he's thrown this season. So you got to look at Billy Parsons. It's also the most of any Aces pitcher this year. No other Aces pitcher has thrown more than 89, and Morimondo tonight at 92. So that'll be something to keep an eye on. And I think if you're John Devil, just trying to get 6 innings out of Sean here tonight with the big day tomorrow. Yang digs in, and there's a move over to first base. Back in safely goes McNair. Morimondo has thrown over 100 pitches in the past. I mean, back in the 2021 season, here in the ABL with Canberra, he did so against these Aces in that January of that year. That one misses inside. 1 out of the count, but this might be one of the first times we'll have to ask him that he's gotten near 100, and he looks poised to get close tonight, if not past it. Here comes Peter Moylan.
Just as you say that. Yeah. Here comes the Aces pitching coach.
But Peter he had Tommy John surgery last May, so this might be the first time he's thrown over 90 pitches in a game. Again, did spend some time at the minor league level with the Dragons in the CPBL. This probably to burn some time for Parsons to continue to get hot.
Yeah, agreed.
It's a big spot in this game. Yang makes that 0 for 2. He's grounded to first and then struck out swinging. At this point, this could be the last batter here from Morimondo.
Oh, you've just been waiting for Yang to sort of break out. Yeah, he is my God. But yeah, just been sort of, as you mentioned, Peter Moylan trying to get in a little conversation with Casey Cook there. A little animated, Pete. Doesn't usually get that worked up.
I can imagine a part of the conversation is bigger strike zone when the Aces have been hitting, at least in their eyes. And maybe a smaller strike zone, he thought, to Morimondo there. 2-0 now the count. He's got the multicolored pen right there. A classic for a broadcaster.
I've used those. I like those.
I remember using those when I was like 5 or 6 years old. They've been around forever. Yeah. 2-0 is popped up on the infield. McCullough reaching over is called off by Bird. Field fly rule. Anyway, out number 1.
Yeah, it's a huge out right there. No doubt about it.
1 down, McNair back to first.
Yang continues to struggle as Wang comes up now, and he too 0 for 4 yesterday with strikeouts. He's 0 for 6 in the series.
See Moylan with the walkie-talkie right there communicating with the bullpen. So it does look like Morimondo will at least get 1 more hitter. Here's a left-handed bat, Yi-Chung Wong. Oh boy, would he love a double play ball right here. First pitch. Swing, and this one scalded out to fairly deep left center. Chris Burke cutting across, and this one drops. They lost it. McNair was tagging, so he'll get to second, and that is a tough break. It looked like this was Chris Burke's ball, and he all of a sudden gave a look to Belbin, and this one actually landed past Belbin. I think both of them lost it in the twilight. Will be a single.
Yeah, we can't really make a judgment as to whether it's a communication issue or a lost it in the lights issue, as you mentioned, Max.
I think they both lost it. That's what my thought would be. What's interesting is it looked like Burke was slowing up for it, but it was well away from him.
Well, as we said, Burke not used to playing center field. I'm certainly not putting the blame on him, but he's not used to that. Belbin has played some left field, for sure, in right field. He's not a left fielder per se, so who knows? Anyway, still got an opportunity to get out of this thing.
Here's Jake Burns. It's also that twilight purplish navy sky. It's so hard to pick it up. Quality strike, 0-1. Again, it's that in-between as you get a look right here where the sun is starting to set. We also have that cloud coverage where you almost rather be either pitch dark or completely light out. The in-between makes it tough. Another perfectly located heater, 0-2.
Great pitch.
Amor Armando, he's been in these spots before. This will be pitch number 99 on his ledger tonight. McNair at second, the go-ahead run. Wong over at first. 0-2. Strike 3 called. He got him looking. Burns didn't like it, but Amor Armando picks up strikeout number 8, and it comes in a huge spot. And no budge from Moylan yet.
That is a massive pitch.
Can understand maybe why Burns didn't like that call.
You can, although the first couple were very similar. I think that one was a little wider, but they were in the neighborhood. But
Aces will take it.
Yeah, you're right.
This will be pitch number 100 on the night for Sean. First pitch to Fritch is up and away, ball 1.
I was going to say, now you're going to have to get the pest out. the pesky Dermot Fritch.
He's reached base twice, so walk and a single. McNair?
A couple hits yesterday as well, so he's been a real thorn in the Aces' side.
It's the biggest spot of this game thus far. 1-0. 2-0. I think for Armando, just trying to get to the other side of the tightrope here and finish your night strong.
Very well said. The other side of the tightrope. I like that.
And out away from a quality start on top of it. 2-0, poured in for a strike, 2-1.
Super pitch.
I think this is where you see the experience of Armando kicking in right here. Couple of tough breaks, especially with the ball that dropped. They're over 100 pitches now, and he's still locked in. 2-1. Swing, and this one's lined out to right. Glendening over, lays out and makes the catch. Armando tips his cap, slams his hand into his glove as Robbie Glendening takes away a run and keeps this game tied. We head to the bottom of the 6th as we get another look at the most pivotal play of this game to this point. Robbie Glendening, an infielder by trade, showing some lunge off to his right to end the inning. Tied at 2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
Light and Easy's award-winning healthy meal delivery service features over 235 delicious breakfasts, lunches and dinners for everyone to enjoy. From those who want to lose weight to those who want to gain more free time. From those who want to be a little healthier to those a little older who want to age well. There's no shopping or cooking and there's no contracts or subscriptions. Just your choice of affordable, ready-to-eat meals delivered to your door when you need them. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Get a look at a relieved Aces dugout. You need to mention South Morang Motors. It features 12 top automakers, including Kia and Hyundai, as well as a high-quality selection of pre-owned vehicles and an award-winning service team. Take the stress and hassle out of selling your old car and buying a new one. Visit South Morang Motors today. Ed Wyatt, Max Tanzer with you. Aces and Sean Armando managed to squeeze their way out of that last inning. Score remains 2-2.
Well, how about Robbie Glendening taking away at least one run from the Bandits? Here's Logan Moore to lead things off. Park back out there. Tied at 2. First pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1.
I think that now moves into play of the game. The first place. That play from Glendenning. Superb play.
Surpassed that hat falling off from Park multiple times. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Well, it stayed on in this inning. Maybe he got a new hat.
Yeah, we'll have to. It might be one to ask Shane Watson about tomorrow, just facetiously to ask him about that.
I think it stayed on.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's ahead 0-2 here on Moore. Pitch. Just got a piece. Took that one out of the glove of Burns. Count still holds it 0-2. Well, we're getting into the nitty-gritty stretch of this game.
Sure are.
Back third approaching. The Aces dig the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. After Moore, it'll be Darryl George, then Morgan McCullough as well. 0-2 again. Called strike 3. Backdoor breaking ball freezes Moore. 1 up, 1 down.
That's a nice pitch from Park.
I'll bring up Darryl George. He's 0 for 1 today. Walked back in the 4th inning as well. First pitch, up and away, ball 1. Darryl with 2 homers on the year. One of those in Adelaide, the other coming at home, that legendary go-ahead homer that we mentioned. One-0. Up and in, and that gets George right on the shoulder as he looks out to Park. He does not like that at all.
Not happy at all.
Look at the home plate umpire, Casey Cook, following George up the line as George is continuing to stare at Park. Wow.
You don't see that much from Darryl, I got to say. One of the most mild-mannered guys you'll ever meet. He was not happy with that. Mike Hart comes over and says nothing in it. That's high. And that's dangerous.
And that's what it is, I think, up towards the head level.
Yep.
I don't think anything was on purpose there.
No.
But definitely don't like it up. Here's the eye level right there. Man, you're right. You usually don't see that out there. For understandable reasons, not happy about it.
You don't normally see Darryl getting hit that close.
Here's Morgan McCullough now. First pitch. Swing and a soft serve line drive down into left center for a knock. Nice piece of hitting. Here come the Aces. First and second, 1 down. A multi-hit game for Morgan McCullough, fresh off the plate.
Is that his thing? That sort of drive to the left field. It's beauty.
Take another look. Slap shot.
Yeah, the Hanson brothers. Bang. Slap shot. That's great.
Well, here's Jared Melbourne. He launched his first homer of this season to tie this game back in the bottom of the 5th. George at second, McCullough with a huge lead at first, not being held on. The pitch is taken down at in ball 1. Hart creeping in at first base. Brisbane wanted to. They could try and snap a throw over there. 1-0. Ooh, big rip from Belbin. He's feeling good. 1-1.
He sure was.
Great spur contact here. This feels like one of those games, Edward. The next team to score might just squeak this one out and win it. Park ready. 1-1. Breaking ball skips to the backstop. George will head to third. McCullough into second, and the go-ahead run's 90 feet away. Wild pitch advances both runners station to station, and now it'll just take a healthy fly ball to do the job. For going to see a meeting at the mound here between Park, the shortstop, Yang, Burns, the catcher, and the translator here.
I need a translator to speak about 3 languages out there, Max. Korean.
Carter Hope, the pitching coach, out as well.
Taiwanese players and Americans.
Very diverse team over there in Brisbane.
I should mention, you mentioned it live during the call, but great job by Casey Cook to sort of escort Darryl George down to first base.
He was all over
prevent any sort of altercation. Great stuff there from Casey Cook.
Another look at the wild pitch. Oh, it looked like he might have gotten buckled right there. Maybe that's what the meeting was about. Maybe they got crossed up. You could see Burns kind of hop up and lift his glove up. And then was late as the pitch broke down.
And that's always an issue when you've got players who've just come in. We mentioned 6 players first half of the year from Taiwan, and now 6 new players for the second half of the year.
Good call. Infield in here for Brisbane. George at third, McCullough at second. 2-1 to Belbin. Down and in, 3-1.
Yeah, good eye.
First base is open, but you have a hot-hitting Chris Burke looming on deck.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because you got Belbin who hit the home run, but Burke's been on fire, so kind of pick your poison, really, if you're Park.
(3-1). Down low, ball 4. Belbin works the walk. Bases are full of aces here with 1 down to the 6th. 3 consecutive have reached. Well, Chris Burke has been the guy that the Aces have handed the baton to in big spots over the last couple of weeks. We mentioned it, hitting over 340 entering tonight, slugging over 600. All they need is a healthy fly ball for the lead. Anything more than that would be some much-needed insurance.
Some action in the Brisbane bullpen. They've already burned through 3 pitchers tonight. It's the 6th inning only. We've still got 3 more games to play. So they could be in a real predicament here if Park can't stick around for a while.
And if the Aces could get this one
Yeah.
blown open, it might be a situation where Park just needs to eat the rest of this game, or as much as he can. Currently at 28 pitches. First pitch to Burke. Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1.
Nice pitch.
George at third after being hit by a pitch. McCullough singled, he's at second, and Belbin at first after the walk moments ago. Top of the order, and Aaron Whitefield on deck. Tied at 2. Aces looking for their first lead of the evening. 0-1. Breaking ball rolled foul. 0-2. That's a slow off break, and you can see Chris just sit back as long as he could.
Fans ready for something to happen here.
Corner's about halfway, middle back. And force it all backs. Brisbane looking for a double play ball. 0-2. Down low. What a stop from Burns. 1-2.
He's had a busy night behind the plate, hasn't he, Jake Burns?
He has. Arms left to right in the outfield. McNair, Robson, and Wong. One, two. Popped up, shallow left field. McNair ranging over, and a no man's land. It will drift foul. Frisch was the one closest to it at the end. Count holds at 1-2.
That's probably a good result for Brisbane, to be honest, because you make that catch running the way Frisch was running, you're probably not going to be able to get George on the tag, probably.
I think ideally you're looking for either a strikeout or a pop-out. With Burke's speed, even if he hits it on the ground, it's going to be tough to double him up.
Yeah.
Unless he stings it right at one of their infielders.
That would have been a tricky one. It's hard to say. They make the play.
I think you're right.
I think George probably scores.
Park now over 30 pitches. 1-2. Swing and a miss.
That's a huge strikeout.
Indeed. A breaking ball.
Huge.
Make that an off-speed pitch down and out. So 2 down now. And Park is an out away from getting out of a major jam. Another look here. Yeah, splitter it looked like, dropping off the table.
It's his 3rd strikeout.
He's shown the swing and miss.
All right, time for the postman to deliver here.
That's right.
Max.
He has showed us why that nickname has defined his season. 5 RBIs in the last 2 nights. Just needs 1 here, and he might get it. He does. Stopped by the shortstop Yang, and his throw is never mind in time to retire the side. Whitefield, I think, 1, isn't running well, but 2 got a little fooled. He started around the bag, and that'll end the inning. He stung it, but Yang stopped it, and the Aces strand the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th, tied at 2 here in Melbourne.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
Light and Easy's award-winning healthy meal delivery service features over 235 delicious breakfasts, lunches and dinners for everyone to enjoy. From those who want to lose weight to those who want to gain more free time. From those who want to be a little healthier to those a little older who want to age well. There's no shopping or cooking and there's no contracts or subscriptions. Just your choice of affordable, ready-to-eat meals delivered to your door when you need them. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Just seen the kids running across the field. There they are. My own kid actually got out there and ran. Did a pretty nice job, Max.
Maybe a future in track.
Well, he got a late start, I think. He needs
and
to
he
work.
Still was in the final 15 or so.
He needs to work on his starts. I'll have a word with him about that.
Yeah, hey, he'll come back tomorrow. Get back in it. We got to look. They're still finishing up down there. Have a new arm on the mound. It's going to be right-hander Joey Steele into the game, trying to keep this one knotted at 2. The Aces had the bases loaded with 1 out and unable to come through. So Steele will look to keep this one time. This will be Joey's first outing at home in a little bit now. It was left off the roster in round 4 against Perth. Was back against Canberra last weekend. Tossed 2 innings, allowed 1 run. So this will be 5 days of rest for him. Last pitched in the second game, the doubleheader on Saturdays. You get a look at the Brisbane bullpen. And really, with the way this one's looking, the bullpen's now with both starters out going to be pivotal ahead of a day tomorrow where you're going to need your bullpen times 1,000 with 2 7-inning games. 9-1 and 2 up. Chong Hee-Yang, the second baseman, to lead things off against Steele. Ready to go as we press play on the top of the 7th. First pitch taken upstairs, ball 1.
One of these games, Max, we've seen him before. Just not sure what's going to happen. For sure the Aces are going to get a run there.
1-0. Swing and a miss. Blew a fastball by him 1-1.
I think you're right. If Whitefield is 100%, he beats that out.
Either way, one of those games where the little things really matter, and that was a huge play from Namoe Yang. Just to knock it down, that ball was stung.
Yep.
Swing and a miss, 1-2. But on top of that, took his time, kept plenty of poise, and made a good throw. That's probably the most important part right there.
Yep.
And if Brisbane can win this one, they'll definitely look back at that moment. 1-2 is down and away. 2-2.
2-2.
Breaking ball, froze him, but it's just a little bit outside. 3-2.
Aces dugout will love that call. Jeez. I just saw some reaction to that one.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Didn't matter. Got him anyway. A fastball blown by Yang. 1 up, 1 down. Good start for Joey. Outing number 8 for Steele, entering play tonight at 3.52 ERA. Opponent's hitting .258 against him. Faced Brisbane once, that was back on the 24th of November through a scoreless frame. He's been steady, and again, his role will increase, I'm sure, with a couple departures relief-wise as Robson swings through the breaking ball for strike one. Touched on it yesterday, but Taiki Ono, one of the 3 Japanese Oryx Buffaloes, who went back home this past week. Ono was really the unofficial closer for the Aces. Down low, 1-1. Evan Rutsky scratched from the roster before this series started. And so in this 5-game set, I think Neverauskas, Kent are probably your 2 highest leverage guys, and Joey Steele's right in the mix. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2. And here he is in a tie game in the 7th. And he's shown the ability to throw multiple innings as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they send him back out for the 8th, too. Robson calls time. If there's anything these 2 teams don't want is extra innings, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's right. We talked about that extra game, that 5th game really affects your pitching decisions.
1-2. Breaking ball, strike 3 called. Back-to-back tickets punch from Joey Steele to start his night.
It does seem like that outside corner is vulnerable. They're getting called strikes.
That one a backdoor pitch, too. So if it did touch the zone, it just snuck in. Here's young Chan-Am, an RBI double his last time up in the 5th. First pitch is strike called, 0-1. I think this is the best we've seen Joey this year. He's pounding it.
He looks sharp.
6'2" right-hander from San Francisco, California. 0-1. 0-2.
He's just throwing strikes.
Pick up a strikeout here, and it'll be a season high in terms of a single outing.
All right, mate, when you're ready.
I'm 1 for 3 today. All batted balls have been on the ground, but the most recent provided a punch that double that tied the game, or gave Brisbane the lead. The Aces would tie the game on the Belbin homer. 0-2.
I've got 10 strikeouts for the Aces. Do you have that, Max?
Let's take a look. 10. I had 8 for Moramondo and 2 for Steele, which is 10.
So that means our good friends at Superior Heating and Cooling get a shout out.
Outside, 2-2.
Second straight night.
Well, they heated us up yesterday and cooled us down tonight with the temperature change.
Very good.
Or what everyone has called the change.
The cool change.
I love it. I'm going to bring that back to them. 2-2. Popped up on the infield. McCullough makes the catch on the cut of the grass. Inning over. Phenomenal work from Joey Steele. A 1-2-3 frame as that will end the top of the 7th. Time to stretch here in Melbourne. Deadlocked at 2. It's Brisbane and Melbourne continuing when we come back.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today. Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Neil Diamond getting the traditional run here.
Got a live performance as well from Tim Rizzoli.
Yeah, winner of The Voice, I believe.
He did win The Voice.
Yeah.
He did. He's been fantastic.
He's pretty special.
Performed consistently on Friday nights at Aces games. So if you want to see him here in person, come out to a Friday night home game here at Melbourne Ballpark. Fireworks night as well here. Tied at 2. We have a new pitcher on the mound for Brisbane, right-hander Brody Vasilakis. All name team here in the ABL.
Very long name.
It's a great one. The right-hander will take over for Park, who was really good tonight. Again, got out of that bases-loaded jam in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Well, how about this? I'm putting you on the spot here, Ed.
Yeah.
Got a tweet in. Andrew McDougall tells us someone was shown wearing a Vancouver Canadians jersey.
Oh, wow.
And they've tagged you and said probably the rarest I have seen at the ballpark.
That's pretty good. That's a Pacific Coast League team.
Blue Jays, right?
Excuse me. I'm not sure. I saw them years ago, back when the Mariners had the Calgary Cannons as their AAA affiliate. Great little stadium there, Nat Bailey Stadium in Vancouver.
Look out. That one gets Dale in the ribcage. And Casey Cook again jumping out immediately. Dale not as visibly upset as George was as the first one gets away from Cooper Vasilakis. Vasilakis make that. And again, that's a tough spot to get hit.
That's the third HBP tonight.
It is.
2 for Daryl, George, and Dale, and then 1 by Aces pitches. Thanks for that tweet, by the way, Andrew, and that's a very well-spotted jersey.
First pitch to Glendenning, upstairs, ball 1.
They used to have the Molson. You know how Molson beer, like every other letter was red, blue, and the Canadians used to have that. This is Molson Canadian.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I got to see that. 1-0's upstairs, 2-0. So that's a fun look. I feel like a little retro. Well, Cooper Vasilakis has had a good year. 1 start, 7 outings, a 2.29 ERA over 19 2/3. In that stretch, he's fanned 26 hitters, so overpowering stuff. A lot of swing and miss in his game. 2-0. 2-1.
Yeah, he pitched at Grand Canyon University for I think 4 years. Did play 1 season with Canberra way back in 2016 and 17.
Well, this is one of the big guns that Shane Watson will turn to in this series. This is one that's going to feel good for whoever who wins it. Check to first. Dale was caught leaning, but back in safely. Again, both sides having to use their A bullpen. It's a tight one. It feels like a pivot game ahead of the doubleheader tomorrow. Ace is in a much more comfortable spot having won yesterday, but knowing that they're on the precipice of a postseason spot, need every win they can get too. There goes Dale, the pitch upstairs. Good pitch to throw on, but it's spiked, and it's through into center, but a great job from Yang backing it up. A stolen base for Dale. That's his 4th of the year, and a go-ahead run in scoring position.
Stolen base brought to you by South Morang Motors. As we look at Jared Dale, we'll get a look at him here. Pretty decent jump. There he goes. And then, as you mentioned, the throw gets away, but Yang, nice backup.
Very well, could have saved Dale from getting the third. 3-1. Up and in, ball 4. Good start for the Aces. A hit batter, a walk, first and second, nobody out. And the middle of this lineup is looming. Here comes Greg Bird.
Runners on first and second as Robbie Glendenning gets to first base on balls. Greg Bird next up for the Melbourne Aces.
Cooper Vasilakis' last outing was versus Perth. It was on Saturday, scoreless frame. First pitch, outside, 1-0. He's gone multiple innings, a couple times this season, and last year as well, leading at the match.
Just got to be so frustrating if you're Shane Watson. You just see, it's like lighting pieces of paper. You're just burning your bullpen. This is only the 7th inning of the second game, right? We've got 3 more innings or 2 more innings. You've got 3 more games. It's going to be very, very hard to see how he manages this.
And that's why it's so important that Ryan Bollinger, despite getting roughed up a bit yesterday, did go 6 innings.
Yes, agreed.
Something that Shane Watson talked to us about yesterday that I found really interesting too is that because they've played so many scheduled doubleheaders, they've been consistently having their pitchers pitch in 3-game series, but because this is a 4-game series, despite 5 games, 4-day series, excuse me.
Yep.
Their arms, especially their bullpen, get an extra day of rest, so it really does play like an advantage to them, which is a good way to look at it. First pitch to Bird is up and away, ball 1. So Cooper Vasilakis struggling a bit with the command here early on. Which hasn't been very characteristic of him.
No.
That one's outside.
Agreed.
3-0 the count. 5 walks and 19 2/3 of the frames work entering tonight. Opponents hitting 216, so just a little bit off so far. 3-0. Bird taking all the way. It's a strike. 3-1. Greg's 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts and flew out to right, but he could wipe that all away with one swing right here. 3-1. Swing, and this one's roped down into the corner. It's a base hit. Aces will take the lead. Dale will score. Glendening on his horse into third. An RBI double for Greg Bird, and the Aces take a late 3-2 lead.
Huge hit from the Birdman. He's been doing it all year. Does it again tonight. Very costly hit batsman, and then a walk. Bird delivers 1. And Ace is still in good shape here.
Really good at-bat. Works himself into a 3-1 count and gets a good pitch to drive. RBI number 18. He leads the team. Second and third, nobody out. A chance for the Aces to grab some insurance now. Infield in for Brisbane. Here's Logan Moore. Pitch is taken for a strike, 0-1.
And Moore is really due.
He is. 0 for 2 tonight, 0 for 6 in the series, but had a really good trip over in Canberra last weekend. Went 4 for 7 with 2 doubles. 0-1. Strike 2. Drove in a run as well. Glendening with good speed on third, and Moore can send a fly ball of most depths to the outfield. 0-2. Swing, and it's popped up behind the plate. Burns has a shot, slides, and it's into the netting.
Since he went hard, Burns, didn't he?
He did.
Jeez.
Talk about right in your living room as well if they're in the reclining chairs back there. Burns is racing right into your lap. You can see it's stuck in the netting.
There's the culprit.
Runners take their leads. Aces jumping out to their first lead of the night on the RBI double from Greg Bird. 0-2. Swinging a ground ball, smothered by Hart at first. Glendening will hold it third. 1 away.
It's a dream out if you're Cooper Vasilakis there.
Another look. Really, if you're Brisbane, here's a look at Burns racing into the netting. Ooh, watch out. Yeah, he took a hard hit right there. Good thing there's some padding and a little thumbs up, too. Well, here's Daryl George now. Infield now drawn about halfway. Still more in than back here for Brisbane. Daryl may be looking for some vengeance after getting hit up near his head area back in the 6th. Pitch is cut on a miss for strike 1. Took a big rip. George has driven in 8 this season. 0-1. Breaking ball, snapped in for a strike.
That's a nice pitch. From the guy who's really struggled this inning. That's just a beauty.
Cooper Vasilakis could keep this a 1-run game. That's a win.
Absolutely.
Here for Brisbane. They have 6 outs to work with on their side offensively. 0-2. Swing, and this one's pelted on a line to the left center, down for a hit. Bird taking the turn, and the Aces tack on 2. A 2-run single for Daryl George. Aces lead 5-2. RBIs 9 and 10 for Daryl.
Huge from Darryl. Just a clutch hit. Maybe this is that time you mentioned, Max, where he catches fire. He just a crucial time and a crucial hit from the Aces veteran.
And Melbourne needed that. They've been knocking on the door all night long, and they finally get a couple of big knocks. Here's Morgan McCullough. First pitch is a breaking ball. Upstairs, ball 1. And now, Joey Steele, who's in line for the win, very likely gets the ball on the 8th, and then you're feeling good about the 9th. 1-0. Inside, McCullough backs out of the way. 2-0.
What a night from McCullough. 2 for 3, working on a few hours sleep, jet lag, just new country, new team. Just super impressive.
2-0. 3-0 now. Just 5'8", but provides plenty of punch. He's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I got to say, after this, great signing by the Aces.
Upstairs, ball 4. He's reached base 3 times in his Aces debut. Second walk of the inning. First and second here with 1 down.
Next up for the Aces is Jared Melbourne.
So here's Jared Belvin. He's had a memorable night. Reached base twice, a walk, and also homer tied the game. Back of the 5th inning. Aces have now scored 4 unanswered runs. First pitch. Sharp bender in there for a strike. A 1. Swing and a soft looper. That's got green. It's down for a base hit. George getting the windmill around. He'll score. An RBI double for Jared Belvin. Have a night. Aces are breaking it open. It's 6-2. Second RBI of the night for Jared. He's got 7. That's 3 extra base hits for him in the series.
Yeah, he's having himself a whale of a series.
And Melbourne's not done yet here. Here's Chris Burke. Still only 1 out. So McCullough at third, Belbin at second. 0-1. Down low, count evens up. So how important now is that catch from Robbie Glendinning that came back in the 5th? Would have given Brisbane the lead, instead kept it tied at 2.
I think that's the play of the game. There have been a lot of them, but I think you're right. That was a key. It was huge.
1-0. Strike called 1-1. Maybe we'll take a look back into it.
That was a special play. There is Robbie. And you're absolutely right. That prevented, who knows what it prevented.
Straight back, 1 and 2.
And you know what, Max? That's a great play no matter what the score is. That's a great play in a 0-0 game.
And on the circumstances, and it's that much grander.
Very animated discussion between Logan Moore and the great Graham Lloyd.
Catcher and a pitcher. 1-2. Down low, 2 and 2. I think Logan Moore is fitting in very well in his short Aces career so far.
You know, one of those veteran guys, been around, you know, knows how to interact, true professional.
Count even at 2 here for Burke. Swinging a ground ball right up the box for a base hit. The Aces are pouring it on. 2 come around to score. That's McCullough and Belbin. 8-2 Melbourne as Burke picks up RBI 7 and 8.
This is what you call a big inning.
You could say that again. How about 6 times for 6 runs, and they're not done yet. Here's Aaron Whitefield. Chris Burke now 2 for 4 tonight. He continues to put up productive at-bat after productive at-bat. It's Greg Bird enjoying a seat there after a long run.
Looks like he's just kind of hanging out at home.
Pitch outside, 1-0 count to Whitefield. So this game is flipped on its head. It was 2-2, tighter than ever. One of the tightest games we've seen at home for the Aces this entire year, especially this late into the game. 6 runs later, here we are. Move to first. We're back in safely.
Yeah, and it's one of those tough ones if you're a Brisbane fan. Cooper Vasilakis has been pretty solid for them and just has been getting blasted in this inning. Ooh, that's in the crowd.
Pulls around for a souvenir.
Hey.
Look at that.
Good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Look at that smile.
Pretty excited.
His night is made. 1-1 is tapped to second, could be 2. Oh, Burke evades the tag. Did he go out of the baseline? The second base umpire, Dunn's going to call him safe. So Whitefield retired, a 4-3 putout. The shortstop, Namoe Yang, is having a conversation, and here comes manager Shane Watson as well. Either way, at least for now, Whitefield is retired. It could turn into a double play if they rule that Burke ran out of the baseline.
Let's have a look. It might be a tricky angle, to be honest, but we'll have a look.
It's tough. This is a judgment call right here.
This is the angle you need, unfortunately.
Let's get another look here.
Jeez, I don't know.
See, one thing I will say is he's got to avoid colliding with the second baseman Yang. So you got to give him a little grace. And I don't think it was too outrageous with how far he left. But we are going to see a meeting as the entire crew will meet here.
First base umpire may have had a different angle on it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He had that angle you were mentioning.
Yeah. I've only had him reaching. No tag on the reach.
I got no angle, sorry.
Did he have a step and a reach to tag him? No, just to attempt to tag, and he got around that. So it's a safe call.
Well, it's been a wild
safe call. Yep. Okay. Cool.
The ruling here is they haven't made an official call, which I would assume means it stands.
I think you're right.
And that is the case. So
especially with that Shane Watson body language.
Yes. They rule him safe. So a 4-3 put out. Burke advances to second with a little bit of flair on it. And Jared Dale will come to the dish as the Aces bat around. Here's John Diebel. I think he just wants a conversation.
Just asking what the call was, asking to explain the call.
As he chats with Casey Cook.
Come on, John. What can you be talking about? You got the call. What do you want?
Sorry, guys.
I don't know, maybe mound visits or something.
Come
I'm
on,
not quite
it's
sure.
8-2. You got the call. Just relax.
2 outs in the inning.
You got
here.
World Series rings. You got an 8-2 lead.
Hey, we're in the tight part of the ABL season here. Here's Dale. First pitch is a breaking ball for a strike.
Oh, boy.
Jared was hit by a pitch what seems like hours ago to open up the 7th inning. He would come around to score on the Bird double. 0-1. Down low, 1-1. Down straight back. Look out. Oh, everybody's okay. Whew. The empty seats have had magnets on them tonight. There's been a couple. And every single time it's hit an empty seat. Pinballing around. 1-2 the count. One, two. Down low. 2-2.
Has been a live crowd with the baseballs, the bat last night in the net.
The bat in the net last night.
On.
I can't get over that. That was wonderful. 2-2. Down and away. 3-2.
Time.
It's been a nightmare inning for Brisbane, obviously.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, they were in it, as you mentioned, very competitive. And then bang, the wheels just kind of fell off in this inning.
Count full now at 3-2. The payoff. Now straight back, count still holds.
And you mentioned the Aces batting around. This Dale getting hit by the pitch started the whole thing off.
It did.
3-2.
And then a walk after that. Got to take advantage of your free passes.
Yep.
Three-2 again is up and away. Ball 4.
And conversely, if you're a reliever, Max, you come in, you hit the first batter, you walk the second batter, the next guy doubles. Bang, you're in trouble.
Sometimes you just can't catch a break.
Oh.
And here comes Shane Watson to the mound. This will be it for Cooper Vasilakis.
Wow.
A tough inning for a guy who's been really good this season. And again, just not his night. 6 runs on the board for the Aces. They lead 8-2. A righty in for Brisbane, looking to stop the bleeding when we come back. Little Macarena time here at the ballpark as the Aces enjoying a 6-run 7th inning. They lead 8-2. The Bandits on the other side. Not what they were looking for after entering the game tied at 2 apiece.
That shot kind of summed up their season, didn't it? Just kind of not much you can do. Been struggling all year, as we said before the break. They were in this one, playing pretty well. And then suddenly, bang, it's all collapses. We look at Connor Laverty, number 12. He's played for the local club in the Gold Coast, Robina? Jeez, I've got some emails over that. 15 appearances with the Bandits over 3 years entering the season.
5th pitcher used of the night for Brisbane as well on top of that. So they've had to go through their bullpen, and at this point it's now just trying to stop the floodgates. And here's Robbie Glendening, the 11th hitter to the plate in this inning. If you're scoring at home, I hope your scorebook's okay. It's been a messy one tonight. First pitch is in there for a strike. How do you score when they bat around?
What I do is I move to the next where the 8 is, and I keep that 7 because I got a couple extras, and I think the Aces probably won't bat, right? So you won't have to have another
right.
inning.
So your bottom of the 9th is your bottom of the 8th. 0-1.
Yeah.
This one roped into left center. This one's down. Chris Burke coming around to score, and the Aces just continue to add on runs. 7 runs here in the 7th. It's 9-2. Unbelievable. This game is flipped upside down.
Flipped upside down a couple of times. Flipped upside down and spun around.
Throw it in a bottle and shake it. Toss it into the ocean. That's what's happened here tonight at Melbourne Ballpark. 12th batter to the plate in this inning. Here's Greg Bird. First pitch. Outside, 1-0. Well, the most runs the Aces had scored in an inning this year before tonight was the 2nd inning versus Perth on the 7th of December. That was a 6-run frame. They've just surpassed that with 7 here in the 7th. 1-0. Down and away, ball 2, 2-0.
5th pitcher of the night for Brisbane.
Double-digit hits now for the Aces as well. That was their 10th RBI single from Clendening. He's got 13 runs batted in. Big swing from Berg, 2-1.
Yeah, he wanted to go along with that one.
Indeed he did.
2 ball, 1 strike. Right.
Two one. 2-2.
You good? Two ball, 2 strike. Right.
Flaherty looking to get the Brisbane Bats back to the plate. 2-2. Tapped up the first baseline. It rolls foul. Count holds.
Yeah, it's extraordinary inning. No doubt about it.
2-2. Right.
2-2 again. 3-2 now.
Time.
I really wish we'd been keeping track and someone could go back and look at it. It would take a long time. Just how many 3-2 counts there have been in this game. There have been so many.
If I can't find it by the end of tonight's game, I'll get it to you tomorrow.
No hurry.
I'm ready. Runners go. The 3-2 is shot in the air, left center field. Robson cutting across. He'll make way to McNair, and he bookends a marathon of a 7th inning. The Aces push across 7 runs. They get a standing O from a big crowd tonight, as they said 12 to the plate. We head to the top of the 8th. Brand new ball game. Aces lead 9-2.
Omnigraphics, your leaders in super wide format printing across Australia. With 2 full-scale production facilities in Queensland and Victoria, our centres are equipped to handle the most ambitious printing projects, backed by a dedicated team of over 70 full-time staff. We specialise in a wide range of print formats, from billboards and banners to retail and events. We deliver impactful solutions that stand out in any environment. Our commitment to excellence includes continuous investment in cutting-edge technology, ensuring precision, speed, and reliability. This allows us to tackle even the most complex printing requirements with ease. Dream, design, deliver. Partner with Omnigraphics for your next printing project.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. We left the 7th, or we led the 7th with a tie game, and we leave it with a 9-2 game as we get a look at some of the scores around the league. Sydney leading Canberra 4-1 in what's really a battle for first place. Sydney coming in tonight with a half-game lead over the Cavalry. 4-1 top 9. So that one's looming towards the end. And that's really one of the most pivotal ones here for the Aces moving forward. We really have almost a 3-team tie at top of the standings with Canberra and Adelaide at 14-10 and Sydney at 14-9. Max Tanzer alongside Ed Wyatt got a new arm on the mound here for Melbourne. It's going to be right-hander Billy Parsons in a mighty comfortable spot, taking over for Joey Steele. The third arm used tonight from the Aces, the third reliever used in this series. 3, 4, and 5 due up here for Brisbane. Mike Hart will dig in from the left side. Parsons from the stretch, his first pitch. Up and away, ball 1.
You suspect then that Steele will be used throughout the weekend because he looked so great in that last inning, but John Diebel choosing not to go with him here.
Strike called, 1-1. I'm glad you brought up that point because with such a luxurious lead now, you don't have to use your high leverage guys.
Yeah.
Save them for tomorrow.
Yep.
1-1.
Ball out.
Outside, 2-1. For Parsons, a good opportunity here to try and reset things.
Yep.
Tossed a scoreless inning in game 1 of the doubleheader on Saturday, but did get into some trouble earlier in that series. 2-1. Good fastball, sizzles in for strike 2.
Yeah.
He's a guy with such good stuff. I remember watching him. We both were oohing and
in
eyeing.
that practice match.
Yeah, that fastball was electric. 2-2. Just a little bit low. 3-2.
Guess why that's why it's a practice match.
He struck out Greg Bird, I'll tell you that, if
did.
that counts for anything.
He looked great. You're right.
Allowed 3 runs over an inning of work. Back last Friday in Canberra. 3-2. Outside ball 4. And I think that's probably been the bugaboo this year is the free pass. Now 10 walks in 8 1/3 of an inning's work, and here comes Peter Moylan.
That's why I could never be a manager, Max. It would drive me insane. Just that idea that the reliever comes in and walks the first batter. Drives me crazy. It's one of my pet peeves. Drives me nuts.
I think if you're Peter Moylan here, the message is look, we're up by 7.
Yeah.
Fill up the zone.
Yeah.
The thing with Parsons, too, is he has such good stuff that he doesn't need to try and do too much.
Yeah, correct.
And I think when he is filling up the strike zone, he usually finds himself in good shape. He's now walked at least one batter in 5 consecutive outings.
Nothing good happens with a leadoff walk. It's like nothing good happens after 3 a.m. or whatever you want to say. It's similar to that.
Yeah, I would agree.
Rarely.
I would love to see the numbers on what percentage of leadoff walks score. I'll tell you what, leadoff hit by pitch to Jared Dale in the 7th ended up scoring.
It started the whole thing, the whole shebang.
0-1 the count as he gets ahead of McNair. 0-1. Popped up, third base side. Here's Logan Moore towards the dugout. Out of play.
Oh, turn around to your left. There it is. Look at that.
Found an Easter egg.
How about that? I don't think she even saw it. And then turned, there it was. Got a ball.
Do you think your son in attendance tonight is foul ball hunting?
No, he wasn't. A year or so ago, they were going nuts. He's kind of cooled on it now.
0-2. This one cracked out to center, but Burke waltzes over to squeeze it. One away.
That's more like it.
I'll tell you another thing if you want to look at trends. How many times is the next batter retired after a mound visit?
Interesting.
It's the magic words of Peter Moylan. All right, I'm starting my digging. It's going to be hard to multitask here. I'm going to try and see how many 3-2 counts have been in this game.
Wow.
Do you want 3-2 counts from both sides or just aces hitters? First pitch
Let's
DA.
just go with aces.
All right. We had 1 in the first, 1 in the second. All right, we're moving quick here, Ed. Next pitch, swing and a miss.
Good pitch.
0-1.
Maybe there is something to that Moylan magic.
3 in the third. We're calling 2 games basically here. 0-2. Strike 3 called. There it is. A little pixie dust from Peter Moylan. And Billy Parsons is right back on track. 2 quick outs.
Maybe that's our play of the game. Moylan's mound visit.
All right, I'm in the 4th, and we've got 7 3-2 counts to aces hitters.
Wow.
We're going to the 5th. 8, 9, 10. Outside, 1-0. None in the 6th here. Okay. We're getting to the 7th. I'm scared now. This is going to be hard. 1-0. Up and in. Look out. 2-0 the count on Lee Chung Wong.
Get a look at that again. You can see that pitch just in line inside.
All right. My unofficial answer, again, multitasking, calling a game, and doing the research, is 12 3-2 counts drawn by aces hitters tonight.
Wow.
I'll double-check that tomorrow, and I'll come back to you with an official stat. Next pitch is fouled straight back, 2-1. I'm also curious to see how many ruled in walks, strikeouts, or base hits. But Unofficially 12. We'll go back. If
I
someone
like
wants to do even more digger deeping, feel free to tweet at us. 2-1 the count here on Wong. Pitch is cut on and missed. 2-2. If it is even over 10, let's say I miscounted a couple, which is possible, that's still incredible.
That's a lot.
And Brisbane won a lot of those, by the way. 2-2 is skied up to shallow center. Burke charging in. Makes the catch. 3 outs. Inning over. Good work from Billy Parsons after the leadoff walk. Sets down the next 3 hitters in quick fashion. Good bounce back for him. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Aces lead 9-2.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
Light and Easy's award-winning healthy meal delivery service features over 235 delicious breakfasts, lunches and dinners for everyone to enjoy. From those who want to lose weight to those who want to gain more free time. From those who want to be a little healthier to those a little older who want to age well. There's no shopping or cooking and there's no contracts or subscriptions. Just your choice of affordable, ready-to-eat meals delivered to your door when you need them. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. A look at Robbie Glendinning. He's enjoying a good night. Picked up an RBI single in the 7th. And here he is, responsible for our play of the game, brought to you by Aces Sporting Club. Bases loaded, tied at 2 in the 6th, and look at this grab. Ends the inning and keeps it a tie game to set up that 9-run 7th. Your play of the game brought to you by Aces Sporting Club, a premium golf practice facility based in Altona, right here in Melbourne's western suburbs. They host birthdays, engagements, key milestones, and more. For more info, visit acessportingclub.com. That was a pivot point in this game, Ed.
Yeah, essentially, theoretically, none of what happened in the 7th inning, where the Aces pushed across 7 runs, happens if Glendinning doesn't make that play, right? Brisbane goes up, gets a couple runs in. They have a big inning. Who knows? Crucial play. And might I say, a brilliant play no matter what the score.
That rhyming was Dr. Seuss-esque. First pitch to Logan Moore, strike 1, 0-1. That was beautiful. And I think everything you said is absolutely right. Who knows? There's been a lot of twists and turns, but the Aces have taken the most leverage from that 7th. Down low, 1-1. Moore looking to join some of the fun.
We need to get him a hit. He's been great behind the plate, great in the clubhouse, by all accounts. We need to get him a hit here.
Hitters count at 2-0. Pitch. Chopped up the first base side.
Kind of knew it, too.
Takes it to the bag, 1 away.
You could just see the look of it, sort of the resigned body language when you it's just going to be a slow grounder. 3rd ground out of the night to first base for him.
Him and Mike Hart have been connected so far. Here's Daryl George. Daryl has reached first base 3 different ways. A walk, a hit by pitch, and then a 2-run single that came in the 7th inning. Double-digit RBIs now for him this year, 10.
So what do we need, catcher interference?
Yes, you're right.
Something like that.
He needs to reach on it, but catcher interference counts as an error, so there you go, 2 birds with 1 stone.
An error.
What did that be? Rolled fat, 0-1. Who cares about the 9-run 7th inning when Daryl George reaches base 4 different ways?
Apologies to anyone out there listening if we've gone a little bit loopy. It's been that kind of game, hasn't it?
9-2 Melbourne. It's been an explosive one so far, to say the least. It was all pitching, though, up until that 7th inning. Outside, 1-1. Let's give you an update around some of the other scores in the Australian Baseball League. As we mentioned earlier, Sydney was just a couple outs away from picking up a win over Canberra, which would have been huge for them. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count on Darryl. Of course, Sydney holding a half-game lead.
1 ball, 2 strike.
That game now final, so the Blue Sox win 4-1. Pitch to George is popped up the first base side. Still 0-1.
One ball, 2 strike. Bye.
1-2.
Ball.
Down low.
You okay?
Scotty gets up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. By the way, that Sydney-Canberra game was tied at 1 in the bottom of the 8th, and then an infield single and an errant throw allowed Sydney to take the lead.
Oof.
Again with 2 outs. 2-2. Swing, and this one's cracked on a line to left, but McNair lunges in to make the catch. 2 away. Darryl barreled that one up. 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, he hit that really hard.
Gosh, it's starting to feel like playoff baseball. Particularly in Sydney. How about the turnaround for them after what's been a struggle over the last couple of years? They have consistently now, I don't think you could call it a fluke. I don't think you could call it a small sample. They have held on to that first place mark for a while.
Well, we talked about that. The 2 bottom teams from last year, Canberra and Sydney, setting the pace this year.
First pitch to McCullough is fouled straight back. 0-1.
Laverty's done a pretty nice job here, to be honest, of kind of keeping things quiet.
He has inherited a really tricky spot.
Exactly.
A 1. Upstairs, County gets up at 1-1.
Burns, Fritsch, and Yang in the bottom of the 9th for the Bandits.
Down low, 2-1 now the count. Two one. 3-1.
Glad we don't have to pick a player of the game because it would be so hard to pick someone in tonight's game. I mean, I'm looking at McCullough and what he's done, stepping in, providing stability, couple of hits, but then you look at all the other big hits that we've had.
He's really set the table. Down low ball 4. Well, he's reached base 4 times today. 4 times in 5 plate appearances. 2 walks, 2 singles.
Just a reminder too, folks, we really appreciate the work our volunteers do.
Here's Jared Belbin now. Well, he's had a good night, and I think he could be a candidate for
he
player.
Probably is. He probably would be your pick. Yeah, I think you're right.
Solo homer in the 5th, RBI double in the 7th.
Yeah.
Next up.
I'm triple checking here, but it looks like Perth and Adelaide might have been postponed as this one skips away. McCullough will range into second standing up. Throw down at second was close. Heads up play right there from Jake Burns. Well, if you look back on it, McCullough was trotting into second base. The shortstop and Yang already a little upset with McCullough earlier as we get another look.
Yeah, good point.
Trotting over. And Yang was still covering. Oh, how about the peripheral vision of McCullough to quickly sneak in there? 1-0. 2-0. And again, in a closer game, you know that McCullough's going to be pushing it there, just up by 7. It's been a long day for him. Landed at 9 a.m. after a flight in from America.
That's a little rivalry to watch going forward.
It is for the remainder of this series. There's been a couple of temper flaring moments. 2-1 on Belbin. Of course, when George was hit earlier in the game, too. Stared lasers through the eyes of Park.
He was not happy, was he?
2 ball, 1 strike.
Two-1. Swinging a ground ball, sharply hit, sliding stop by Yang. The spin and throws a beauty. In time to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, or runner left for the Aces here in the 8th. Last chance for Brisbane, down by 7 as we head to the top of the 9th. Aces lead 9-2. Noah Owen. Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark as Owen takes the mound for his first outing as a Melbourne Ace.
Yeah,
one of the 4 new pitchers.
Yeah, we're both coming out of the break thinking, there's a new pitcher. Who is it? Never seen him before. It's good reason why. Noah Owen just arrived, 24-year-old, drafted by the White Sox back in 2021. 4 seasons in the minors with both the White Sox and the Angels. Last year was at AA Rocket City, and then a little more success with the Angels rookie team.
Do you know the mascot for AA Rocket City?
I believe that is is it the Trash Pandas or something like that?
It is.
It's
one of the
weird
best.
Name, yeah.
It's one of those where, like, if you're guessing, you're like, oh, no, do I actually want to say this?
Yeah, I
Because if
know.
it's wrong, how in the world could I even have thought that? But no, yes.
There you
The
go.
Rocket City Trash Pandas.
So this is probably a good situation to put Noah Owen in here.
Oh,
with
totally.
a big lead to see what happens. By the way, Laverty, I think I'd said, wasn't sure how to say it. I think it's Rabina is how you say that. Suburb I think it's on the Gold Coast. In fact, I think it's where the stadium is, by the way, the Gold Coast Sun Stadium.
Well, first pitch of the inning is cranked in the air to right.
Nope.
Glendenning on the track makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out to retire Jake Burns.
That was one of those where that looked like it was gone from the second he hit that.
I was in the same boat, Ed.
You just didn't yell.
Here's Dermot Frisch. Owen, as you mentioned, started the year in the Angels farm system, finished in the Pioneer League with the Glacier Range Riders. Here to 9 games, made 2 starts. Then 23 hitters over 17 2/3 of an innings work. One of the many new pitchers from California, by the way. Almost all of them are from the West Coast. You have McCullough from Seattle, Washington. Owen from Oceanside, California. That's the San Diego area. We'll meet many of the new ones as we get deeper into this series as well, as that one's spiked 1-1.
Glacier Range Riders. That's so Kalispell, Montana, which is right on the edge of a Glacier National Park, which is one of those beautiful parks in the world, bar none. Absolutely amazing place.
Down and away, 2-1. Montana, we touched on it
We
yesterday.
did,
How
yeah.
about it getting some love here in this
I know.
Australian broadcast?
Absolutely right.
One of the most underrated places in terms of aesthetics in America, maybe even the world. 2-1. Roped foul. 2-2. And there's 2 sides of Montana.
Yes.
The eastern side and the western side.
Eastern side, sort of prairie almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which has a charm itself, too.
It does, yeah. So that drive, you go through Glacier, go over the mountain, come down on the other side, and it's just pretty much flat.
2-2. Inside. 3-2 now to count.
Fritch, of course, last time up was the 6th inning when he hit that hard shot that Glendenning caught in our play of the game.
Who knows what happens if that ball gets down.
Absolutely.
Next pitch is down and away, ball 4.
It's a sliding doors moment, that catch.
Yes.
It really is.
Well, I think what kind of goes a little bit underlooked, too, is Robbie Glendenning is not an outfielder by trade, getting a lot of time there this season.
Yeah.
And looks comfortable out there. Again, just shows how athletic he is.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's Shung-Hee Yang. First pitch is in there for a strike. Well, Brisbane assuming this score holds, would fall to 7-18, while the Aces would get back to the 500 mark at 12-12. 0-1. Swing and a miss, tied him up 0-2. And that 500 mark has been something the Aces have been flirting with all year long. They've gotten as high as 2 games over, but it's really been a tug-of-war battle to get past it. Next pitch is down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And now at home with some momentum, maybe an opportunity to blow past it and build a little bit of a cushion. 1-2. Breaking ball, frozen, called strike 3. First punch out is an ace for Noah Owen. 2 down. Aces are an out away from another W.
Time.
Good over-the-top action.
Sure was.
Well, the last hope for the Bandits, Jacob Robson. 2 for 4 today. Picked up that RBI double to right center. That came back in the 3rd inning to give Brisbane the lead. Pitch is rolled out to second. McCullough, in his Aces debut, slings it over. Ball game over. Aces win it 9-2 over the Bandits. And they now take a 2-0 series lead here in round 7. A game as tight as 2 apiece. After the 6th inning, all of a sudden blows open thanks to a 7-run 7. We're going to step aside for the fireworks show. We hope you enjoy. Aces move to 12-12. Bandits move to 7-18. We'll come back to recap it all after our fireworks show here at Melbourne Ballpark.
Stick around, fireworks, it's Friday night. Fireworks Friday coming up. Great win. We'll catch you again soon right here at the Melbourne Ballpark.
Well, I don't know. It was a better fireworks show. The offensive 7th inning where the Aces scored 7 runs, or that right there. We'll take both here on a Friday night as the Aces pick up their 2nd consecutive win. Let's take a look at our highlights from tonight's matchup between the Aces and Brisbane. How about this throw from the knees and a casual tag from McCullough to retire McNair at second base. Logan Moore showed up
an early candidate for player of the game until everything else happened.
Here's Jacob Robson. If you flash all the way back, Brisbane struck the board first. He sends an RBI double to right center to bring home Fritsch all the way from first base with 2 outs. Brisbane, here in this 3rd inning, would take a 1-0 lead. They move forward. Here's Chris Burke stepping into the dish, and he has been on fire. This time sends a line drive single into right center field for a base knock. Allows Jared Belbin to advance to 3rd for Aaron Whitefield, who sends a deep drive out to left center field. And there was no question this would be deep enough to drive in Belbin, who has good speed, over from 3rd base. This would tie the game at 1, which was important because there wasn't much scoring early on. Later in the ball game, make that a base hit out to right field. That was off the bat of Zhonghee Yang to put runners at 1st and 2nd. With 2 outs, Young Chan rolls a double just out of the outstretched reach of Darryl George. This would give the Bandits a 2-1 lead. An RBI for that was his 14th of the season. Well, the Aces, they answered back immediately. Jared Belbin cracks the liner that just sneaks out over the wall and right. That would give Belbin his first long ball of the year, and most notably, tied the game at 2 apiece.
Yeah, huge momentum change right there.
And the Aces just continue to answer back. Both times the Bandits scored, the Aces would tie the game up in the bottom half of that inning. And a happy dugout. The Polaroid's back. Mitch Edwards said it was out of batteries yesterday, but don't worry, Jared, you got your shot right there. As you can see, a happy first base dugout for the Aces. Here we go, 6th inning. 1st and 2nd, 2 outs, tied at 2. Robbie Glendenning, an infielder by trade, makes a crucial diving grab to keep the game knotted at 2. Still tied at 2 in the 7th, and Greg Bird cracks an RBI double into the right field corner to give the Aces their first lead of the night. Brings home Jared Dale from second base, and Ed, this was just the start of a lengthy inning. Darryl George steps to the dish with 2 strikes, pounds a single in the left center field. Greg Bird, he's still got a little bit of speed, scores from second base, and that makes it 5-2.
Inning started with a hit batter and a walk.
And the Aces taking advantage of it. Well, they weren't done yet. If you are just tuning in, the Aces pieced together their biggest inning of the season here. Jared Belbin continues his good night. Plops a RBI double down to the right field corner. That brings home Darryl George to score from second base. Made it a 4-run lead for the Aces. Chris Burke, how about a couple other RBIs with the infield drawn in? Draws a single up the middle into center field. Brings home both McCullough and Belbin. And the Aces at this point could taste the win. It's 8-2 in the 7th. But why not an extra right here? Robbie Glendenning, after a home run yesterday, top spins a liner in the left. Chris Burke, with his speed, scores without a question. Comes in standing up. It's 9-2 Aces in the 7th inning at this point. That would cap scoring. The biggest inning of the year for Melbourne, a 7-run 7th inning, and that leads the Aces to their 12th win of the year.
And we talked about the importance of the Aces grabbing control of this series, getting as many wins as you can against the bottom team in the league. It's a real opportunity here for the Aces to make a move. They've got 2 tomorrow and 1 on Sunday. Who's to say they can't win all 5? I mean, the way they're playing, who knows? And I think the idea, the fact that Brisbane's burning through some pitchers and the Aces have been able to save some bullpen, some guys in the bullpen, I think it's going to be a real important thing, particularly tomorrow with the doubleheader, 2 7-inning games.
Absolutely. Again, this game started with Sean Moramondo, who went 6 innings, allowed just 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, ties his season high. Gets the quality start as well. Joey Steele, who tossed a scoreless inning.
He was great.
Gets the win. That's his first of the year. He has been really good over the last couple of weeks. Billy Parsons and Noah Owen combined to slam the door. Meanwhile, Brisbane, you mentioned it, had to use 5 different pitchers tonight, 4 out of their bullpen. That'll be a key storyline heading into tomorrow's doubleheader. Again, it's going to be a little bit of a different look for a Saturday night here at Melbourne Ballpark. First pitch for Game 1 is at 5 o'clock. That'll be a 7-inning game, followed by another 7-inning game after that to make up the postponed contest in Brisbane from Round 2. That'll be about 40 minutes to an hour or so after the conclusion of Game 1. Again, you can still get tickets. It's 2 games for the price of 1. You just got to buy 1 ticket, and you can come watch 14 innings, maybe more if there's extras, of Aces and Bandits baseball. Again, the Aces move back to 500. They're 12-12. They still hold the 4th and final playoff spot in the ABL standings. Meanwhile, Brisbane falls to 7-18. Well, for Ed Wyatt, I'm Max Tanzer. For the rest of our Sportscast Australia crew, we thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We'll catch you tomorrow afternoon for a doubleheader. Coverage here on Aces TV starts at 4:50. Have a great rest of your night. Aces win this one 9-2.
This broadcast is powered by Sportscast Australia.